benefits and help preserve professional futures. So I know that when you hire a military justice lawyer, you maximize your chance to get relief. With my unique experience, I can advocate for you because there's no military matter that's too big or too small. Let us help you make these critical decisions that could affect the rest of your life. Remain silent. Request counsel. Call Griffin Law.
For a free consultation, call 888-707-4282. That's 888-707-4282. Or just visit griffinlawdefense.com.
WKGN 1340. Go Vols!
You're tuned in to East Tennessee's premier sports radio call-in show. This is The Drive.
And hello, good afternoon, and welcome to another stellar edition of The Drive here on Fan Run Radio. Russell Smith punching the time clock. What a day, what a night, what a weekend we have in store for you. I guess technically we don't have it in store for you. It's going to happen one way or another, regardless of us. But you better buckle up, ladies and gentlemen, because, Bob, we got to get these kids graduated.
Yeah, we do. We do. I'm about ready to go in for a whole weekend of activities and responsibilities. And
you look sharp.
I've got to still tuck my shirt in and everything.
Yeah.
But, I'll do that.
Are y'all doing a lunch or a dinner or something?
Well, tonight they're doing their rehearsal, and then they have a big dinner with the parents afterwards. And then so that's what I got to go check out. Then we got a family dinner Sunday after the graduation. I got my sister coming in tonight. Got my oldest son coming in tomorrow morning. It goes on and on, man. But it's great. We're proud of our daughter for sure. And you got one too, man.
Yeah, she was texting us today. She had her rehearsal outdoors, and she did not wear any sunscreen.
Oh no!
And so it's like, well, kiddo,
she prone to burning.
Chalk this one up to lesson number 1 in the school of hard knocks. Now that you have graduated from kiddie school, always be prepared with the sunscreen as a fair-skinned Caucasian out there. So yeah, we're ready. I think we're doing the family lunch tomorrow because we got people leaving early on Sunday. So full weekend, and hopefully we'll be able to squeeze in a little baseball here and there. It was certainly fun to squeeze it in last night, man. Tennessee baseball Vols winning game 1 at Oklahoma 9-7. Had Clark and Henry Ford hitting home runs, and Tennessee able to hold on there as a little bullpen help. The thing that, we'll talk about the offense, of course, but like Tegan Kuhn's coming out there without his best stuff and being able to still just grit and grind his way through 5 innings, I thought was huge last night.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I was hoping I was watching that 5th inning, and I was hoping he could get to 6 in terms of pitch count and everything. But man, it got heavy in the 5th, and he worked his way through it. So I was like, that's going to be all we can get. But it was gritty for sure.
I mean, at that point, you just got to be thankful that he didn't, he held it together. There were some moments where he could have really just blown up.
And then Appenzeller coming in, and, he's been knocked around pretty bad the last couple of appearances for him. And, it wasn't, 5 innings of shutdown ball or anything. He did give up a long ball there towards the end, couple of walks, but he got through it. It was much better than the last 2 appearances from him.
Did you notice Appenzeller, they threw out that Willits kid at third, and Appenzeller must have been in the vicinity because the camera
they were
shot,
chatty.
They were definitely chirping at each other. You could only see Willits because the camera crew was not stellar on this. But
that's Tennessee baseball, man. I mean, I think that, I'm pretty old school, man. I'm an act like you've been there before, but this program was built on a chip on both shoulders,
sure,
and not afraid to tell you what they think about it. And I feel like at times we've been missing some of that. I realize it's hard to beat your chest when you're getting your brains beat out, but I'm for it, man. And I thought Appenzeller was pretty good last night. About this stat from Eric Kane of VolQuest. In Tennessee's first 17 SEC games, Vols scored 92 runs. 92 runs in 17 games. That's 5.4 runs per game. In our last 11, we've scored 90. So 92 in 17, 90 in 11. That's 8.18 runs per game. So we have raised that nearly 3 runs per game in the last 11 SEC games. The offense finally starting to come around for Josh Elander.
Last night was the first time. It was when I was texting you guys. We'd really worked that pitcher. I looked up and he had that. I think when it was second inning, he's already up to 42 pitches. But last night, that part of it included felt more like old Tennessee baseball. Making the pitcher, whether you get on base or not, making him work. And had some great throws. That throw to home plate where, for whatever reason, that kid decided to leave his feet. That was a hell of a throw to gun him or to get him there.
Yeah, there were
several big.
Grimmer had a couple of errors. We'd heard about no errors last weekend in all 3 games against Texas, and you're kind of sticking your chest out. And then we have a couple of, just bad plays that weren't even errors and a couple of errors. But Oklahoma returned the favor, man. They had 17 hits, but they ran into a couple of outs on the base path. They had 2 errors themselves. So I think Tennessee, I give Vols credit for taking it from them because I think 3 of our 7 hits did come with runners in scoring position. So we did have timely hitting, which had been a problem earlier in the season, but Oklahoma also made it easier on us than they would have liked.
Yeah, no doubt. It was an odd game. It was very long. That was one thing.
Yeah.
It was, we always hear about games being like in Lindsey Nelson, it might be standing room only. Over at this game, it was standing room, come and get it. There's a bunch of it. There was, I wonder.
There's nobody at that game.
There might have been 1,000 people
I don't think
at
there
that
was
game.
1,000.
Their listed attendance was 3,100.
No way.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it wasn't much more than that, which is
The
pretty darn
crossed
low.
My mind, I wonder if that's why, remember Tony was always adamant that he did not want to play off campus.
Yeah, but we put a full house in the park up in Kodak, over 7,000 people there, and there were people waiting to get in, being turned away at the door. This ballpark is less than an hour away from their campus in Norman. I was thinking that, it's a big park, over 10,000 seats. I thought surely they'd have 7,000, 8,000, 9,000. I mean, they're a top 25 borderline team. They've got NCAA tournament aspirations of themselves. And I mean, they've been to Omaha recently. Oklahoma has. It blows my mind that there are not that many people there for that game.
Yeah. Yeah, I was surprised, honestly, because, I mean, that is not a home field advantage in any way, shape, or form. That is as neutral as it can get. Yeah.
I mean, we'll have more fans at every Smokies game here next week. I'm not kidding. Like, we will. It'll be a more the Knoxville Smokies get a better home field advantage than what Oklahoma got last night, by far. So that was fortunate. Good to see Josh Elander get out of the dugout and express himself a little bit there towards the end. I appreciated that. It looked like he dropped a couple of choice words, man.
I bet you could have heard him from the upper deck in there.
Well, and I appreciate, I know some people are, go ahead and get thrown out. If you get thrown out of that game, I believe you're suspended today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, to me, it's different. You can't get thrown out.
I mean, you can get thrown out. Like, there's a place and time. I think you get thrown out of a Saturday game if the series is going poorly for you, or Sunday. Jay Johnson got thrown out of here the Sunday game, and that doesn't. I don't think that really negatively impacts you. I mean, I do think as a manager or a head coach, you do want to get that. That's part of the game. That is a motivational tactic to light a fire under your team. Last night wasn't the time to do it, though, for Josh Elander. We need our head coach in the dugout tonight because this is a big one. Another 7:30 first pitch. We are 14 and 14?
14 and 14.
Yep.
With 2 games to go, a win tonight assures that we will not finish with a losing conference record, which was almost assured a couple of weeks ago. I mean, I think most of us were like, can we get to 13 or 14 wins? Well, we're at 14 with 2 to go.
Yeah. Yeah. And what's interesting is, so right now we're in 10th place, or a tie for 9th with Ole Miss, both at 14 and 14. They would have the tiebreaker on us. Arkansas better not mess around. Actually, they're in 8th at 15 and 13. They lost last night. If they somehow lose their last 2 games, they might have to play on Tuesday if we can continue to take care of business, and so can Ole Miss.
Well, getting that Tuesday bye for us would be so, because I was thinking about this, like you move everything up. Coons throws over 100 pitches for the 3rd game in a row last night. You don't want to have to pitch him before Thursday.
Right.
I would think next week. You might be able to pitch him Wednesday. You certainly wouldn't want to pitch him on Tuesday. So, and I don't know what we would do on Wednesday next week. Maybe Arvidsson or Appenzell. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But getting that Tuesday bye in the SEC tournament next week would be huge for this team.
Well, I feel like, winning this 14th game, I feel like takes a lot of the pressure off of the SEC, pressure off whatever pitching decisions they have to make for the SEC tournament, because I think we're safely in the field now, right?
Feels like it.
I mean, our RPI now, we've risen to 26 in RPI ranking, ahead of Arkansas, for example. And now
we're top 25 team, right?
Yeah, only a couple clicks away from Oklahoma, who's 22 now. So yeah, I'd say we're in. And now the question is, again, I think it'd be some sort of miracle for us to be in the talk for hosting a regional. You'd have to win out and maybe go to at least the championship game of the SEC tournament, which I don't see happening. But still, this could help just kind of situate us in terms of where our location will be in the regional, et cetera.
Agreed. And tonight's a huge – I just don't want to finish with a losing conference record, man. After all the success we've had the last 5 years, that feels like that would be a major step backwards. And who knows? Maybe we win tonight and you could even get to 16. But as we said, like every time you start thinking more than one step ahead with this team, they really disappoint you. So let's just go all in on winning this game tonight. I know that Appenzeller is burned after last night. I know they would love to save Brandon Arvidsson to start tomorrow, but I just think if you're in a situation where you are ahead and it's a close game tonight, I think you got to go all in. And even if that means you're basically punting on tomorrow,
for the series win overall.
You got to go for it, man. You got to go for win number 15 in the league tonight, and
guarantees you not to have a losing record your first year.
Yeah.
And like you said, I wonder what's the line of demarcation on that stat you told us about the home runs. What was the last series? What was the first series that started the upward trajectory of our offense?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
You're talking about scoring runs?
Yeah, when
Alabama a couple weeks ago.
It was 17 games into the conference schedule, so that's I don't know.
The last 11 games would take us back to the Alabama, the Ole Miss series, maybe.
No, it would be. It was the last Ole Miss game.
So we played 10 games since the end of 10 SEC games since the end of Ole Miss.
Right. So, and he said 11 games. So Ole Miss, we won the last Ole
There you
Miss
go.
game.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's where it kind of the switch flipped. Did you hear Elander talking up? Mike Wilson noted it too. How clutch the at bat that Marin had in the 9th inning was.
Yes,
about his approach, how he had to kind of change things midstream in the at bat, and he gave us that little bit of breathing room with that extra run too.
Oh yeah, we needed every one of them last night.
He's been playing well.
Yeah,
he's been playing well. There are a couple of guys on this team that aren't superstars, and I don't think have superstar potential, but Marin, Stone Lawless, maybe Reese Chapman, guys who are playing a little bit better baseball for us when we absolutely have to have it. And our, Levi Clark, one of our stars, is coming through. Henry Ford has been a little up and down. It's good to see him leave the yard. Even Blaine Brown, for as bad as the average is, going opposite field to beat the shift for a key RBI last night was huge from him as well. So we'll talk more baseball coming up in hour number 2 with the Cookie Man. Logan Quinton joins the festivities. His appearance, as always, brought to you by our friends at Crumble Cookies. Coming up here in just a minute, our old pal Davey Hudson from Outkick is going to stop by. And it's hard anymore when you hear about, you see all this Ross Dellinger news, right?
Mm-hmm.
About, well, Congress is doing this and the presidents are in the NCAA and this is what Sankey thinks. And it feels like there are these reports every day and there's a little bit of boy who cried wolf to it because it seems like very little ever comes from this stuff. But I'm seeing a lot of chatter on social media today from what I would consider well-informed college football people who say, pay attention to this one. This is big. Ross Dellinger says a memo sent today to members of the presidential committees on college sports and obtained by Yahoo indicates that a bill between Senators Ted Cruz and Maria Cantwell, a landmark bipartisan piece of legislation, is expected to be introduced as soon as next week. The memo, as I lose my screen. Oh, that's beautiful, Russell. Pull this back up here for you just a second. Professional radio host, don't try this at home. The memo implores members of the presidential committees made up of university presidents, commissioners, business/pro sports executives, ADs, to fully support the president or the potential Senate legislation. Concepts of the bill draft were not shared in the memo, so we don't know exactly what's in it, specifically whether or not athletes are going to be declared as employees, which is obviously a big one. But the thinking is that the Senate doesn't bring anything to the floor unless they know they've got the 60 votes to pass it. And this is bipartisan, and they feel like, if they bring this out next week, that it's going to go through. And obviously President Trump has indicated that he'll sign anything. You stick it in front of him, it's like, oh yeah, I get to have a press conference. So like this could become federal law, and it would presumably, put guidelines on transfers, some kind of limit to that, and eligibility, which has been huge, and probably a bunch of other things. But this would become law of the land, and I won't say drastically reshape college sports because college sports have already been drastically reshaped, but this would just sort of put in some guardrails that can't be challenged for a sport that a lot of fans have been saying needs guardrails.
I mean, would it really go into effect that? I mean, let's say even if they pass that thing, I still think it's going to be a long time because I think it's going to immediately they're going to end up in court, and how quick it makes it to the Supreme Court, who knows? But is this just going to be another thing that's going to wind its way through the federal court system?
I mean, I don't. It's potentially introduced to Congress next week. That there's a process from there that it goes through, and
it'll be interesting to watch, though, for sure.
Yeah, well, it'll be interesting to the memo that's sent out to the colleges today is basically saying, hey, we're close. When this gets introduced, we need everybody in lockstep supporting this. So get your, the Chiefs, get your Indians in a row. Like you might have somebody who wants this or that. And some of this is probably pointed at Tennessee, right? Because Danny White and Donnie Plowman are some of the few administrators that are on record as saying they should be employees. We should do collective bargaining, all this stuff. Doesn't seem like this is the way that's going to go. So can Randy Boyd, can Greg Sankey, whoever the powers that be are, say, hey, we know that this isn't what you've talked about publicly, but we need, if not your support, at least maybe button your lip while this goes through for the next little while. We'll see if that's able to come to pass, but that's something that certainly bears watching here the next couple of days. All right, quick timeout. It is The Drive Fan Run Radio. Davey Hudson will talk about all this stuff, including the expansion of the playoff and everything else going on with the Vols and college football when we continue next right here on The Drive. It's Fan Run Radio. Stay with us.
The Drive.
Take Fan Run Radio with you on the all-new Fan Run app. Just search for Fan Run Radio wherever you download your apps.
You know how East Tennessee takes its barbecue seriously. Well, TMG Fest is about to take it to the next level. Saturday, May 23rd, Hardin Valley Event Center. Doors open at 2, and the event runs till 9. A live fire barbecue competition and full-blown festival all wrapped into one. 15 pit masters from all around the country. Teams coming in from Texas, the Carolinas, California, and of course from Knoxville to square off in a legit smoke-off competition. And the cool part, you're not just watching, you get to walk around, taste what they're cooking, and help decide who wins. It's a real crowd judging situation, and that's just the competition side of things. There's also a live fire cooking demonstration happening throughout the day. Learn techniques, how they manage your fire, how they work with different cuts, different wood, different pit styles. If you're someone that loves cooking outdoors or wants to get better at it, this is a great opportunity to learn up close and personal from the experts. And it's all wrapped in a real festival atmosphere, live music, lawn games, food vendors, and the block party energy just makes for a great day, rain or shine, from 2 to 9. Kids 12 and under get in free, so bring the family. Tickets on sale now at tmgfest.com. That's tmgfest.com. TMG Fest, Saturday, May 23rd, Hardin Valley Event Center. This one's going to be fun. tmgfest.com.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions.
Bear and Walker with you on a Friday, and we are pleased to be joined by our pal Davey Hudson of Outkick, live on the interwebs. Good afternoon, Davo. How are you, sir?
Hey, boys, I'm doing well. I mean, it's Friday. Weather's great. The Baseballs got a win last night. I know I said I was out on them, but they're at least making a run to where I'm like checking the box score. So I can't complain.
Davey is like the Vince McMahon gif. He's seated at the desk, kind of eyebrows raised. He's monitoring the situation, shall we say. I'm in every pitch, man. I'm watching every pitch. Davey's just checking the box scores. That's
living and dying with it.
That's okay, though. That's okay. Davey, let's talk about this college football playoff expansion debate here. I'm watching all this stuff, watching the parade go by, trying to figure out what the end game is here. And you know, it feels like the Big 10, Big 12, ACC, Notre Dame have got Sankey and the SEC kind of boxed in right now and trying to figure out where this is all headed. Do you believe that 24 is inevitable, or, you know, they need Sankey? The SEC can can blow this up if they want. Are they eventually going to talk Sankey, the SEC, ESPN into it, or do you think that they could have 16 teams at the end of this?
Yeah, 24 is inevitable. Now the question is how long until we get that. But I mean, it's like anything. It's like whenever you had the NCAA tournament expand to 32 teams. I'm sure they were thinking, it's probably just a matter of time till we eventually get to 64. And now we're pushing back on going to 76. But as it relates to college football playoff and where it stands right now, you're right. Greg Sankey is kind of by himself in terms of the conference commissioners. Now the one team he has on his side is ESPN. And what I think will ultimately happen is there will have to be a concession given to the SEC from a financial standpoint. And the reason I say that is because if you look at the amount of money the SEC conference championship generates, you're looking at $80 million. And because you have that amount of money coming from one game, the SEC doesn't want to take that away. And ESPN definitely doesn't want them to take that away. And so Jim Phillips basically came out and said that the other day, which, by the way, I don't know if y'all know this ACC commissioner, Jim Phillips. He's a Vol. Last time I talked to him, he gave me a GBO. But he's yeah.
That dude went to UT? I didn't know that.
I think he got like a master's degree here. I'd have to double check that, but okay. I know he spent time here. Yeah. But outside of that, you have no reason for ESPN to want to go above 16 because all you're doing is inviting your rivals in Fox and NBC to get a big piece of the pie whenever it comes to these broadcasting rights.
Phillips earned a PhD in administration from the University of Tennessee. How about that? Okay. Well, it's certainly interesting. And I mean, it just feels like there are too many cracks in the foundation for Sankey to hold this. You've already got Kirby, Heupel, Danny White, others on record saying they support a 2014 playoff. And, I get Danny or Heupel and Danny White supporting 24 because they want it. But I mean, if you're Kirby Smart, aren't you kind of inviting more people to the party that you're already in?
Well, and that's going to be an interesting part whenever we get to the SEC spring meetings, which Trey Wallace with Outkick, he's going to be down there. I guess that's technically not next week, but the week after. And the coaches, we have the 9-game conference schedule for the SEC this year. One of the big caveats, and all the coaches, when they signed on to that, was under the impression that the playoff would be expanded. Now, the reason that the playoff's not expanded is their own key guy in Greg Sankey. So I'm really curious to see what the conversation is whenever you get all those guys in a room, because they're operating like, hey, we did what you wanted here. We went to 9 conference games under the impression we're going to have more teams having availability and making the college football playoff. And now that's not that's not in the cards at the moment. What's the deal? And I think that's going to make for some great TV.
Speaking of that, I mean, one of the outcomes that will happen here is conference championship games. There's talk of those going away, which some people are split on that. I mean, there's some people who actually like those. I don't see how you could possibly be able to carry that forward with the addition of a larger field in the playoffs and more games, more weeks, all these other things. What's your take, Davey, on the conference championship games?
Well, if they go to 24, they're going away. I mean, the commissioners have pretty much already said that. And personally, I kind of like having the conference championships. I think there is still, that sense of like, hey, you fought all year for this. Now, again, if you look at it from an NFL perspective, it's not really like they claim, oh, you're the division champ by winning against the second best team in the division. You kind of get that with the conference championships, but that's to go to the Super Bowl. So that's much different there. But listen, like, it's not something that's been this long-standing tradition where they've had this game, for a quarter, or for half a century. So I know there's been a lot of talk about the tradition there, but I do think as long as there is a substitute and you have more teams rooting on as far as the ultimate goal of winning a national championship, making the playoff, I think fans aren't going to put up much of a fuss as far as losing that aspect of college football.
Davey Hudson of Outkick with us this afternoon here on Fan Run Radio. And Davey, another interesting storyline to follow at SEC spring meetings in Destin here in a week or two is Lane Kiffin getting back together with his buddies. Oh, to be a fly on the wall for the league meeting there with the 16 head coaches in there. By the way, I see where Lane, there's some speculation that maybe LSU told him to, hey, maybe for you at the Twitter, not so much. So he's tweeting from the Juice account. Remember the fake dog that he doesn't actually own?
Yeah, that whole deal.
He's brought that back, and he's got shirtless pictures of him fishing, really just tweeting from the dog account so he can show off his physique. I mean,
wow.
The need for attention with this guy, I'll be interested to see how that plays with LSU fans if they do stumble out a very tough schedule with Clemson and obviously the road trip at Ole Miss in September. And I just wonder how that's going to play if they stumble a little bit, because as we have talked about a lot, there's no more, you get a year or two to lay the foundation. No. Not when you've got a $50 million roster.
No, you sure don't. Did you I heard his newest incredible nickname from I can't take credit, Randy McMichael at 92.5 The Zone. I can't remember where they're out of. Lane Luther King Jr. Is how he's
okay.
Well, I've been seeing like great memes to go down, or just Lane Kiffin as a civil rights activist. My favorite was, if you've seen Conan O'Brien's podcast with Jim Downey talking about Jeffrey Epstein, like Jeffrey Epstein, the New York financier. It's like Lane Kiffin, the civil rights activist. So those are great. DR, actually, I saw DR Vol had a tweet that did very well in regards to it was Coach Boone and Lane Kiffin from Remember the Titans there at the end, holding up the football as they won. But listen, Lane Kiffin is, as you guys know, and this is kind of been fun for me this last week, because doing Don't At Me with Dan Dockage, that's primarily more of a Big Ten audience. And so pointing to what Lane Kiffin has been about his entire career, going back to the days when he was in Knoxville, and you could even go back to, his time as the Raiders head coach. But it's like, this is not a surprise to anybody. The one thing that is like, if you're advising Lane, it's like, maybe don't do a 4-hour interview with Vanity Fair. I don't know exactly what you're gaining from that from a sports standpoint. It's not like that's going to help you in recruiting, but he comes out and he says, this isn't calculated. Even if I want to give Lane Kiffin the benefit of the doubt and be like, you know what, it's a 4-hour interview, you're just having a conversation. Something's, probably going to come up and you're not thinking about the potential ramifications. That's not how Lane Kiffin operates. This dude is very meticulous in how he goes about putting out certain feelers. And like you said, Russ, he's always on his phone. He's always begging for attention. He knew what was going to come from this. And what really is, listen, I love the drama, but if you look at this from an Ole Miss standpoint, we're like, we are the people that gave you a chance after everybody had shut the door on your career. We gave you the opportunity to get back to where you are now. And listen, things did not end well. You should not have had the ability to coach that team in the college football playoff. I know you wanted to, but you were you were going to leave them. You had left them. There's no reason that Keith Carter should allow you to coach that team. And now you come back and you take these shots at, listen, like race and, the Southeastern Conference, a lot of the schools, there's obviously a history there. And so, you're going to stir up a ton of conversation and a ton of rhetoric around that whenever you make those types of comments. And all you're doing is putting down a school that actually gave you an opportunity to be where you are now and make $91 million.
Let's move the focus to our team here on Rocky Top. You mentioned Trey Wallace earlier. He kind of lit the fuse on this when he was on the show with us last week, and then he talked more about it this week, and that is the seemingly shifting sands of the quarterback competition. It seems like it's Faison Brandon now, according to a lot of people. Where do you net out on this at this point? I mean, it feels like this is going to be a very interesting summer once they resume practice.
Yeah, the fact, Bob, that we've gotten to this point and you've not heard any buzz around George McIntyre. And that's kind of been the thing for me. I look at him as like, there's nothing super dynamic about his game where it's like, he might be able to come in and, he might be able to efficiently run an offense, be a game manager, but I don't see anything from him. And again, I know it's been little as far as like actual game action, but there's just nothing even in his past that makes me think this guy is going to be an elite quarterback at this level. I mean, I was texting in the group earlier today about, the big thing about George coming out of high school was like, it wasn't like his high school teams really won a lot of games. And when you take a guy that's going to come in and lead an SEC team, you want a proven winner. And there's a lot of things you can point to, but whenever you look at just George as a whole, I just don't see what's going to be that deciding factor where it's like, yeah, this is the guy that, has had a year and a half above Faison as far as learning the offense, getting chemistry with some of these receivers. Because again, it's like we're bringing back a lot of those guys that have been in the system. So the fact you've not been able to do anything to get out ahead, I don't know if it's so much about like Faison's impressing more as it's just GMAC's not doing anything to take the reins.
Yeah, I would tend to agree there. And you've got Cody McClure stealing his milkshakes this week too. So we're trying to fatten GMAC up a little bit, and we can't get him his protein out there. So, by the way, shout out to Faison's Milkshake, who is in the YouTube chat this afternoon. Love the.
We're gonna go over this again, huh?
Yeah, well, we need Faison's Milkshake needs its own socials, I would say. Davey, where's the Hudson Index at record-wise for the Vols sitting here Friday, May 15th? We won't hold you to it, but where are you at right now?
I don't like it, but 7-5. Like, yeah. I mean, I would love, I think if this team could get to 8, you have Faison really come on as of late, make some big plays, get you a couple of key wins there late in the schedule. I think you're in a good spot as far as retaining what you need to go into next year. But I mean, listen, I know this isn't what fans want to hear, but I've kind of been under this impression for a while. Like 2026, I'm not saying it's a throwaway year, but it's not a year in which your team's going to be in the college football playoff conversation. I just struggle to see that being the case. I would love to be wrong, but it's what can you do to make sure you've got everything lined up going into 2027 where Faison's got another year in the system. Because again, ultimately, I do think it's going to be him. And George is going to transfer out at the end of this year. But right now, man, 7-5. I know it's not fun. It's not pretty, but it's just, can you at least be exciting in that 7-5? Because I think that's going to determine a lot as far as like the temperature around Josh Heupel's seat going into 2027.
If he can make 7-5 exciting, you might as well go ahead and give him an extension there, because I don't think I've ever heard of an exciting 7-5. Do those exist?
No. I think Butch peddled one off to us, didn't he? Early on a 7-5.
Well, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, were you really excited, or were you just telling yourself excited? But did
dark days, Ross?
Was 2021 7-5?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we lost to Purdue, right? To make it
7-5. I would say that, but that was a different time. I know it was 5 years ago, but 2021 was just a different college sports environment. You could still get away as a coach with a straight face uttering the word rebuilding.
I mean, especially after the the mess he came into. 7-5 was about as good as we could get the year after.
You just can't do that anymore. I mean, look at the dialogue around Lane Kiffin and LSU. There's no rebuilding, man.
We gave you $50 million to rebuild.
Here's the money win now, which is what worries me, Davey, for Josh Heupel and the Vols this year. Is like, okay, if it is 7-5 and your season is going nowhere in November, what is the conversation like amongst the fan base regarding Josh Heupel? I would like to think that we'll be patient enough to, as you say, hey, man, it's all about 2027 and you got to go win then. But you never know in this college sports business anymore. People might turn on him.
Yeah, no, very well. Could be the case. I mean, and again, whenever you look at the rest of the SEC, I do think because there is that 9th conference game, you're going to see teams beat up on each other a little bit more, and a lot of other teams have difficult schedules. So I think it could come back to the mean as far as looking at the records across the SEC. And with that being the case, you might have a little bit more leeway. But if you are Tennessee, this is a fairly easy schedule where, I mean, in terms of just, dominant teams, whenever I look at that schedule, it's really just Texas and LSU. And then I would say you could have Alabama and A&M in that next tier.
Hey, I want to jump to basketball. I have one question for you, Davey. I'm sure you're paying attention to what's going on at the Combine. We all have been watching closely on, how's Nate Ament going to fare. But it's the other two guys now for Tennessee. Like Jacoby Gillespie is getting rave reviews. And then Felix Okpara last night in the scrimmage had, I think 15 and 7. He was running, he was doing the lob game with Braden Smith. It was pretty to watch, but it's like all of a sudden, man, we definitely have not just one, but 3 guys that could be solidified in the top 2 rounds.
Yeah, I think everything we're seeing from Jacoby, as long as those interviews with the NBA GMs and their staff goes well, like I think he's a lock to be drafted at this point. Felix, yeah, definitely there on the fringe there at the end. But I mean, you're seeing, I think Nate's going to go probably around. I think Dallas is at 9. I could see that being a really good fit for him. But yeah, it's great to see Barnes having these guys get to the next level. And again, I know he doesn't have a whole lot of time left, and then this could be it as far as going all in this season. But man, it's been some great players over the last several years just to watch. And hopefully these guys can take off and do something at the next level in the NBA.
Davey, you're getting some love in the YouTube chat. Zach Hutton says, Big Bird has never had a bad take, to be honest. He's been right more often than not, going all the way back to the 3-and-out days. I assume you're Big Bird.
Oh, yes. That's listen, Cody McClure gave me that nickname, and I'm going to be nice and not make a joke about him drinking a milkshake. But as it being right, yeah, I mean, Zach is right in that regard as far as being right more often than not. 3-and-out days. Shout out to the boys.
Show, Davey.
I appreciate that, Bear. That was fun days.
Hey, you don't need to take anything from Cody Plainview.
Yeah,
Davey.
Well, I will say I never was intentionally late to shows because I was so hungry I had to sit through a drive-through.
Wow, strays all the way from Nashville.
Oh man, Davey, what did you think about the Titans schedule?
Listen, like you knew they were a terrible team, so they were going to have an easier schedule. I love the fact that the Jets are game 1 because the Tennessee Titans tweeted this out earlier. I'm going to just read it verbatim. But the Titans have not had a winning record since week 11 of 2022. If you remember, they beat the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau. Then on the flight back, Todd decided to get drunk and get a DUI. And then you have not had a winning record since that game. So, well, like it's just, my numbers are a little off. I say that out loud now, but it just goes to show you how bad this has been from a standpoint of watching the Titans be terrible. And the Jets are also terrible. So Aaron Glenn's going to get fired. He's going to be this year's Brian Callahan. So hopefully the Titans can get a win to start things off and go 1-0.
I remember being on cloud 9 after that Monday night game at Green Bay, when Tannehill stepped back and hit that deep ball at the end to ice it. I thought, we were back, baby. We were back. And that was the end of the run. That was it, man. When Todd Downing showed up, smashed off that plane and got popped the next day, then it was really over. Was that a Thursday night game or a Monday night game?
I believe so. I believe that was a Thursday night.
All right. Well, Dave, we appreciate the time, my friend. Voluntary reactions just around the corner. Always a pleasure hanging out with you and our boys at Outkick. Shout out Trey Wallace.
Real quick, Russ, Bob, I got a question for you. I'm going to be in Indy for the 500. What's a must-stop at place while I'm there?
Okay.
Here we go.
Yeah, I got a couple for you. I would avoid Main Street at all costs. That's real close to the track, and that's an awesome hang, but there's just going to be so many people there. It's really tough. What you got to do is you got to go down 10th Street. It's not far away. It's a wait, but it's worth it. You got to go hit Mug and Bun, okay? Mug and Bun, it's like a drive-in, old school drive-in burger joint, and they make their own root beer. If you like root beer at all, it's phenomenal. People buy it by the gallon and take it home. That's like a landmark there. I mean, it's not, a bar or anything else. Mug and Bun. Yes.
Huh.
Yeah. You got it. It's on 10th Street. Like I said, it's about 5 minutes from the track, but it'll be busy. You just be prepared to wait for a little bit. But yeah, I would say any of those. Where are you staying? You staying downtown or where?
That's a great question. I do not know the answer to that. I've not been in charge of travel. We're going up on Thursday. We're actually doing a show from the track on Friday, which is going to be fun. Then we got a couple of other exciting things happening. I don't want to give too much away at the moment, but it's stay tuned. There's going to be a lot of coverage from Outkick as it relates to the Indy 500. And so I do know I've already got reservations. Thursday night was the only night, like 9:00 at St. Elmo's.
There you go. Yeah, of course you got to go to St. Elmo's. That goes without
so
saying if
jealous.
you can get in. But yeah, and the weather looks so far, knock on wood, like it's going to cooperate. I'm going up on Friday, so yeah, it's you should enjoy it. It'll be fun.
How far is that drive?
About 5.5 hours.
Never driven up there.
Yeah.
What if you take one of the Indy cars?
What?
If you're doing 220 all the way up there, is that about an hour and a half?
Yeah, a couple fuel stops though. Burn the fuel.
Pit stop.
I feel like that's a good question for Athens Sport Radio.
For who?
Athens Sport Radio.
Who's that?
Georgia.
I'll see y'all on that one.
Thank you, Davey. Appreciate it.
Dad joke on the way out the
Be
door.
here. Oh, I thought it was pretty good, man. I mean, it just went over my head. I wasn't ready for it. Wasn't thinking about it.
He said Athens is what threw me.
Georgia fans are mad online. I tweeted about it, and they're like, several of them, what's Kirby supposed to do? What's he supposed to do? Like more than one person said that to me.
What's he supposed to do?
I don't know. Like maybe kick a guy off the team, have a little discipline, show some backbone.
Yeah. Maybe call the car dealerships and the agents together and tell them to stop giving these kids 600 horsepower cars.
Just give them all minis.
Scooters.
Scooters.
Those hoverboards like Michael J. Fox went on in Back to the Future 2. Look it up, Walker. Stay with us. The drive continues. You seen Back to the Future 2?
I've seen all Back to the Futures. Yeah,
That's
I saw
kids'
those.
movies.
I saw those when I was like a teen, like young, like 12 or 13.
Cool. More Fan Run Radio coming up. Stay with us.
The Drive. Miss any of your favorite Fan Run show? Listen to the podcast on our free Fan Run Radio app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Next week is a huge week for your Knoxville Smokies. Don't have your tickets yet? It's not too late. Join us Tuesday as we honor our incredible law enforcement. And Wednesday is all you can eat. The weekend is kicking off with one of our favorites, Margaritaville. Food and drink specials all night long with that island feel and post-game concert and fireworks. Saturday, it's not only a doubleheader, but it's Grateful Dead night and fireworks. We end the week with our day game of the week on Sunday. It's jam-packed, so get your tickets now at smokiesbaseball.com.
Tired of spending your weekends working in the yard? Let ECR Total Landscapes handle it for you. We'll take care of de-weeding your flower beds, leaf blowing, trimming, mulching, and more. Let us do the heavy lifting so your landscape looks great. Right now, get 10% off your first month of our monthly maintenance package when you mention promo code FANRUN. Reliable service, great results, and more free time for you. Call us today at 865-384-2012 or visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Your smile says it all, so make sure it's saying the right thing. At Knoxville Smiles, we believe healthy teeth mean happy lives. Invisalign is a clear aligner orthodontic treatment that gradually straightens teeth without the use of traditional metal braces. And now, at Knoxville Smiles, we're offering Invisalign special pricing for new patients. Call
so much for being along for the ride. We call it The Drive every afternoon from 3 to 6 for 15 years now. And they said it wouldn't last.
It has.
Look at us. We're still here.
Couldn't be us.
Good stuff there with Davo. And did he just say he's talking to Mario Andretti this weekend?
You didn't read the rest of the other two.
Oh,
lines
no.
of
We weren't
text?
supposed to
No.
say that?
No.
Oh.
I was going to say, I didn't hear him mention that. At all.
It's in another group.
They're definitely not talking to him.
Like, how much fun is he going to have just based on what little bit he told us, Bob? That's like a dream trip for me.
Yeah, the only thing I would say, and he's with a big entity, so hopefully they're getting him shuffled around. It's like, man, you can get lost in the sauce very easily. There's so many people. So yeah, if you have like guides, escorts, all that stuff to get you through it all, then you're great. It's amazing. But that's the only reason I know my way around is I grew up there.
We should take the show up there one year, man.
We could do that next year.
Yeah, I mean, we could
crash at Baskerville's house.
Well, there is no.
You don't have any place up there? Surely you know a guy.
Well, my sister has a place.
There you go.
So.
Bob, we are not going to crash at Bob's sister's.
Why not?
house. Because it's rude.
We could get that arranged though if that happened. I just never thought anybody cared here. We're in NASCAR country, so
let's do it, man.
No, I mean
I don't think we'd show up and spend 3 hours talking about IndyCar racing, but we could go to the race, talk about going to the track. I mean, I just want to go to the track. I've heard that place is, first of all, just like so big.
Yeah.
When you stand outside it, that it messes with your brain. Like you see it on TV, but the people I know have been there said like you stand outside it and really get a feel for how gigantic the place is.
Well, imagine this. It's sold out, okay, for like the second consecutive year.
They lifted the blackout?
Yeah, they've already lifted it. So a sellout's 350,000 people. So imagine Neyland Stadium times what, 3.5.
Wow. That's crazy.
Well, sometimes they do that. I just remember in particular one year, they had this graphic of what all you could fit in the infield there.
Yeah,
it's just insane. People, like 3 Disney Worlds, all kinds of stuff. So.
Jordan Hicks says, Russ, Josh Heupel isn't getting fired, so you're just so damn negative. You might want to look for a new job because this is not it for you, dude.
Amen.
Is that Cody's burnout?
Maybe 15 years is a good place to stop. Thanks, Jordan. Now, what else am I going to do?
Were you did I check out? Were you talking about Josh Heupel getting fired?
I said
7-5 would not be good.
Yeah,
well,
Davey said
7-5.
He's at 7-5, and I was just making the point that we've talked about that anybody who's watched college football for the best 12 months, and realize how quickly the temperature of a fan base can change.
That's fair.
And if you get late into the season, again, I think I said, I hope we don't get there, and I don't think we will, but 7-5 should not be acceptable to this fan base. When I say it's not acceptable, it doesn't mean you fire the coach if it happens.
Now, I'll draw a parallel for you. I think you're right. We've been talking about it. Kentucky basketball, man, I think they could be on the verge of just what you're talking about, where, a storied program, a lot of national titles, but man, just kind of plodding along the way they are right now, that's not going to cut it. So then the fan base becomes apathetic. And have you heard, by the way, they're holding out for Momcilovic, the Iowa State guy, if he doesn't go in the NBA draft. And they're saying Louisville has come in now with an offer that trumps everybody's. So he may go,
Louisville.
He may stay in college and go to Louisville to their one of their two most hated rivals.
Louisville is drinking Mark Pope's milkshake right now.
Yes.
They are.
God, I'd pay cash money for that to happen, wouldn't you?
I mean, I just don't want to play Louisville though, man. They're getting loaded, man.
I mean, let's bang heads. That'd be a fun game. We might not win, but that'd be a good test of our.
Louisville's also one of those programs that I kind of feel like are in that category of college basketball is a little bit better when they're like really good. I don't know.
I agree.
I just think it's funny that their goodness is coming largely at the expense of Kentucky, it would seem, and they're just taking play. So they might take Momcilovic away. Who did they get earlier? Some big man, right?
They got Flory Badunga.
And
they got Jackson Shellstad. They've got.
It's like they're just messing with Kentucky at this point, which
it's like hold them out there. Kentucky's swinging at them, but they can't reach them.
Yeah.
Get their hand on top of Kentucky's head.
But back to your original point,
a swirly.
We don't want to be in that boat, and we're not there yet with Tennessee football. We're not, but a couple 7-5 seasons, that might change things.
Yeah, and we can get into this after the break, but maybe as we talked about earlier, you take a page out of Rick Barnes' playbook here and say, maybe we need to be a little more aggressive in the transfer portal. Stay with us. Hour number 2 of The Drive coming up on many of these fan-run affiliates. Back with more right after this.
The Drive. Fan Run Radio, the flagship station for Tennessee fans.
This ain't no wishy-washy, limp-wristed, kale-eating, half-ass sports radio station.
We're your in-your-face, truth-telling, say it loud, flag-waving, face-painting, hardcore, bring the noise, causing a ruckus, don't give a damn sports station.
Sports talk that doesn't just hang up and listen.
For the fans. This is Fan Run Radio.
Get some.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Where are the best ribs in the Volunteer State? Rickard Ridge. Who has the best barbecue catering packages in East Tennessee? Rickard Ridge. And where is the most beautiful setting to enjoy a meal with family and friends? Rickard Ridge. Rickard Ridge Barbecue. Just a quick ride up I-75, take exit 134, hang a right, and Rickard Ridge is on your left, just inside Cove Lake State Park.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Your smile is one of the first things people notice, so why not make it unforgettable? At Knoxville Smiles, we believe everyone deserves a smile they're proud to show off, whether it's time for a routine checkup, a professional cleaning, or something more advanced like teeth whitening or veneers. Our expert team is here for you. We use the latest technology to provide the highest quality care in a comfortable, friendly environment. At Knoxville Smiles, we don't just treat teeth, we treat people. Our goal is to make every visit as stress-free and pleasant as possible. So if you've been putting off your next dental visit, now's the perfect time to take the next step. Brighter smile. Give us a call at 865-539-1776 to schedule your appointment. That's 865-539-1776. Or visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
It's time for the Drive's Top 4 at 4.
Hour number 2 of the Drive underway, Fan Run Radio, and the Top 4 at 4 is brought to you this afternoon by ECR Total Landscapes. Walker Smith, what you got?
At number 1, following a gritty 97 win over Oklahoma last night, the Vols look to take this series against the Sooners tonight with Game 2 from Oklahoma City. First pitch is at 7:30 again, and the game is showing on SEC Network Plus. Lefty Evan Blanco is taking the mound for the Vols against Oklahoma's Xander Mercurius.
He's another lefty?
No, he's a righty.
Righty.
Yeah, I think that was the only lefty they're facing was last night.
Give Jay Abernathy a start against the righty.
I'd like it.
Let Levi or Garrett, right, catch.
Yeah. Why not?
I just think it's maybe I'm way overvaluing him, but I just think it's so important to keep him in the fold for next year. So much untapped potential there.
I'm with you.
We'll keep an eye out for the starting lineup. Maybe we get that before we get out of here.
At number 2, the Tennessee Titans schedule was announced last night and are one of 5 teams to not have a single primetime game scheduled for the upcoming NFL season. 14 of their 17 games will kick off at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, with their Week 14 matchup against the Texans listed as TBD.
I'm sorry, did they have any primetime game? Nope.
No, that was they're one of 5 teams that don't have a primetime game.
That used to be a rule, right? Everybody had to have at least one primetime game?
I think they changed that with the flex rules when they did that. But yeah, they don't have one, and 14 of their 17 games are kicking off at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, but let's say they just, best case scenario, we just open the season on a tear. Wouldn't they start flexing their games? If Tennessee, one of these teams suddenly got hot
late in the season, they'll start flexing stuff.
Yeah, and then man, they'd have to be hot, in my opinion. I mean, 10-2, 11-3, something like that towards the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, go through these first 8 games. Jets win, Eagles loss, at Giants win, at Baltimore loss. Houston at home win, at Indy win, Cleveland at home win, at Cincy win.
Loss.
6-2 going into the bye date. Playoff on the way. Let's go.
Wow. You got them beating Houston?
Yeah, man.
Winning in Indy this year, big boy.
Suck.
Winning in Indy wouldn't surprise me. A lot of times those teams split and each of them win on the road. That wouldn't surprise me at all.
I tell you what else.
Oh God.
I'm not waving the white flag against the damn Eagles.
Why?
They got to come into Nissan, baby. The house that Eddie George built.
Are you going to be there on the last game? Nissan/Adelphia?
I don't know. It's so hard to get over there after a late night voluntary reaction for a 1 o'clock kickoff.
Yeah, those are tough. Let's see how the schedule lines up. See what that schedule looks
I
like.
get to a
for you.
game though this year. Get to a game or two.
Is it? So this is the last year of Nissan Stadium.
Yes.
End of an era. End of an era. At number 3, the PGA Championship continues today with the second round of action as players try to make the cut and make a little separation. Bear has the scores.
Oh, boy. Should be good.
He's not listening.
Yeah, I am.
There we go.
Yeah, my phone's doing the freeze up thing. Hold on. I'm sorry. You
great.
can't say anything, Russ.
This is
You've done it
fantastic.
twice since the last time I screwed up and did it. At number 1, we've got Aldrich Potgaita. He's at he's at 5 under par. He's shot a 67 yesterday. He's -2 today through 13. What are you saying? Nope. Is that you, Russ?
I've been doing this for a minute. You've only got one guy. Please.
It's
Alex Smalley
pace.
In second. He's at -4. Chris Gotterup. I think I'm saying
Just
that correct.
awful. Just
3 under par.
terrible.
Here's one for you. Hideko Matsuyama.
Not even close. Not even close.
Hideki.
Awful.
Not even
Awful
close.
radio.
And I got yelled at for
Hideki
doing this
Matsuyama.
yesterday.
Sorry, I didn't have the accent.
Well, no.
No,
That's what you were
that
missing.
makes it
That's
worse.
the accent is what you need. Yes.
Well, yeah. Well, anyhow, he's at 3 under par, along with a tie there with Stefan Jager from Germany. And then we've got Minwoo Lee from New Zealand.
Has he done anything correctly yet in this just
First
abomination
notable,
of an update?
Scotty Scheffler is tied for
I
7th.
think that's the
at 2 under
first name
par.
you got right.
We got Jason Day.
Mooley's from Australia, not New Zealand.
Man, the flags look almost identical,
just
dude.
awful.
John Rahm, Brooks Koepka tied at 13th at 1 under par. Some notables. Let's go to the bottom of the leaderboard just to give you some notables down there. Bryson DeChambeau just exploded. Probably not going to make the cut. He's tied for 134. See, a lot of the live guys are down here in the bottom half for us. But we'll be back at you at 5 o'clock with another update.
Are you going to be ready for that one?
Yes, projected cut is at +3. Sorry, I couldn't remember Matsuyama's name.
You're reading it.
No, because you have to click on their name to bring up the whole thing. It just gives you the first letter. And then he didn't like it when I was guessing at that back in the day. So I kept calling Tommy Fleetwood Mick Fleetwood.
Wow. Like Tony Gwynn said, don't guess. Don't guess.
No.
Thank you.
That
Thank
was-
you, Walker. Bear, not
right?
thank you.
No, that was number 3. We
All
have
right,
one more.
Please, get this back on track.
We need this one. At number 4, the Los Angeles Dodgers pitcher Edwin Diaz and 2 of the top jockeys in horse racing are allegedly linked to illegal cockfighting in Puerto Rico, according to reporting from the USA Today. The article highlights social media posts advertising cockfighting tournaments that picture 3-time All-Star closer Edwin Diaz in his Dodgers uniform, and an article quoting Diaz. Brothers Jose and Arad Ortiz, who finished first and second in the Kentucky Derby this month, were advertised as participants in cockfighting tournaments in 2025.
So
What
wait.
was the quote Diaz had about the pit?
I didn't see the quote.
You look that up. Wait, they're saying that when the cockfighting was happening, Diaz was there in his Dodgers uniform.
No, he did an advertisement
Oh, okay.
of him in his Dodgers uniform promoting it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's right
Smart.
here. Diaz. The cockfighting arena is like my home.
I'm just disappointed that you guys didn't have the music queued up for trumpet.
It's great music. I wouldn't want to shame that music that way.
Oh, you're very offended by this. As a lover of the animals, you think cockfighting is an abomination and a...
I'd prefer it not happen. I can't say I feel strongly about it, but I would prefer they don't do that.
Anybody ever been to a cockfight?
No.
Nope. I always saw it like cockfighting, dogfight. It's like some hillbilly stuff right there.
I want to go to a dogfight.
No,
that's kind of
dogfighting,
gross.
no.
I'd
I'm
go to a
very
cockfight.
against that. The dog
You
fight.
go to a cockfight?
Yeah,
I'm good.
think so.
Yeah, I wouldn't go.
Ever been to a dog race?
when I was
not.
No, I remember I watched it
Not
on
either.
TV.
I
on
feel like that'd be
vacation in
fun.
Florida.
That's kind of cool.
I've seen like corgis do the race at like halftime shows.
No. I'm talking like at a track.
Bob's talking about a greyhound that's been starved for 2 weeks, maybe whipped a little bit, really traumatized, racing around so that
chasing that fake rabbit
degenerates can gamble on it. Good wholesome American entertainment. Fun for the whole family.
I mean, they're super fast. I mean, I forgot though. You don't like horse racing, do you?
No, hates it.
I mean, like the horse racing in and of itself is, I don't know. It's whatever. It's just the Kentucky-ness of it all bothers me. It's really just Kentucky.
By the way, back to PGA, and I remember this. I just didn't think to say it, but appreciate the assist by Kid Huddy 7. Stefan Yeager is a UTC grad.
Hey, show up for the mocks.
Yep,
Stefan Yeager.
Thank you, Walker. That is the top 4 at 4. It's brought to you by our friends at ECR Total Landscapes. Give them a shout today and get signed up for that 10% off your first month of their lawn care package, the monthly maintenance package that they do for you over there, ECR Total Landscapes, the de-weeding of the flower beds. That's my constant battle. I mean, those things are relentless.
I'm well behind on that.
Leaf blowing, trimmings, mulching, and more. They do it all at ECR Total Landscapes. Yeah, 10% off your first month when you mention promo code FANRUN. Check them out online at ECRTotalLandscapes.com. So what do we make of this? Ramon Foster, reportedly, according to Paul Kuharski, is going to replace the late Dave McGinnis on the Titans radio broadcasts this year, which cool for him. I mean, he's in there, Nashville, doing that radio show and everything, and he's blowing up. But would you do both the Vols and you have to give up the Vols?
Yeah, because he's gonna have to travel he'd have to travel for either one.
I mean, it's been done. There are people that do pro and college games, but usually those are broadcasters. I want to say first of all, who was the old guy at Georgia? Larry Munson. He did the Falcons in Georgia for a while. I think Wes Durham did both for a while. There are guys that do both, but Ramon does a daily morning radio show.
Maybe that's what has to go away. Something's got to give.
I mean, you could do that. You would be an Iron Man working 7 broadcasts a week, but it's only 3 or 4 months of the year. But that is a lot.
Yeah, it is.
Or he may just not do, I don't know. May not do all 3 at once. Like you said, it's just 4 months.
Let's just assume for the sake of argument that he leaves the Vols. Because this is the NFL. This is his hometown. It's the National Football League. I know some people, it's hard to believe, but the NFL is bigger and paid more attention to than college football, at least nationally. Where does that leave Mike Keith and his broadcast?
Who we going to get?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't even know who's out there anymore. A former Vol. I assume it has to be a former Vol. Are there any coaches around that do radio hits? Football guys?
I know one's got a lot of orange blood in him, but he's working for.
Hey, there you go.
I love Tennessee. I got a lot of orange blood in my body.
We talked about this. Not that this is who Tennessee should get, but Justin Fuente. Remember him? He does color commentary for TCU football. I don't know.
Oh, that's right.
Just kind of came out left field, really.
Remember when he was such a hot name to go from?
I wanted him here.
Memphis to Virginia Tech to be the color. I mean, I would love to be the color guy at TCU, but for a guy that was considered the next big thing, at one point.
Well, who all do they? I mean, they've got Swain on staff already. He does this sideline thing. I wonder if it's still where they're going to move Swain, Jason upstairs, or who knows? Maybe Ramon's going to do it.
I also saw where Taylor Lewan said that he would be interested in the Titans thing if it paid enough money, and he's got his own thing going on right now. But that would be a great broadcast. Like,
oh yeah,
if I'm a Titans fan, I would rather have, and Ramon will do a good job, but I'd rather have Will Compton. Like, that dude's a machine. I would like to hear a radio broadcast, both of them doing Titans games. I'd tune in for that.
Ramon and Compton, or Taylor and
the Bussing with the Boys.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be pretty good. The only odd part about it is Ramon played for the Steelers.
Yeah, but I mean, McGinnis was mostly known for coaching the Cardinals, so I don't think
true.
That matters as much. But I mean, from that perspective, I think the University of Tennessee color gig is a little bit more.
Needs to be
you got to be a Vol.
Yeah. We're not going to have David Pollock come in here and do it.
No. People would revolt. Give us your thoughts. If Ramon were to leave, who would you like to see become the next color commentator on the Tennessee broadcasts for football?
GBO Kyle Beach says, boy, if only. He said, go pay Charles Davis whatever and bring him in. Davis would be phenomenal.
I'll say he's
making so much money,
he's got
though.
a really good gig with CBS doing games.
Yeah, he would be really good.
Yeah, I mean, that ship sailed. He's in the NFL.
How about Butch?
He's busy.
Would he leave for that? I mean, you talk about a personality.
Be kind.
A guy that would just jump off the airwaves at you.
Butch Jones is ass.
Be talking about eye discipline, the throw
Resiliency.
game,
I could
gap
never do
integrity. It'd be just a potpourri of buzz terms.
I'll tell you what,
Bob's
Mike,
being
that was a really resilient throw over the middle right there.
Yeah. What'd you say there?
Bob's being an energy vampire, Russ.
Yeah.
Remember that when he got on all that self-help guru crap?
Just brutal. All right, we got Logan Quinton coming up here in just a few minutes to talk all things Tennessee baseball. Game 2 coming up at 7:30 tonight at Oklahoma. Let's get a call from Roberto first. Good afternoon, Roberto. You're on the drive. It's Fan Run Radio.
What's up, guys? Good afternoon. Tuning in from the west part of the state. Really enjoying the show today.
Thank you, sir.
Excellent. Thank you.
Leave it to Bear to butcher the name of a fellow East Tennessean.
Who's that?
Shameful.
Stefano Jaguere. Is that what you called him?
No,
his
it's
name
not
is
even
Stefan
close.
Yeager,
His
and
name is Stefan
and then
Jager from the country of
It's
Germany.
Jaeger.
Yeah. I don't think Bears ever drank Jägermeister.
You would be, yeah, it's 2 for 2 you're wrong on. I used to drink it so much I almost burned a hole in my stomach. I loved it.
So did you drink it so much you couldn't read the name? Busting your chops, Bear. Don't get mad. Did you guys know?
I know to get
Steffi Yeager's
mad. If I
actually
was getting
from
mad, I'd
Chattanooga?
just flush you. But I mean, you're coming out.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
I'm not mad. You can get on the Logan Quinton. Go on with your call if you want to talk.
No,
but if you're just going to come with insults, I'll go ahead and hit the. I'll go ahead and hit the button now.
Well, hey, honestly, guys, Stefan Yeager's the only player on tour that's not an American I really pull for. He's a big balls guy. I saw him last year at the Genesis, and I had a balls hat on, and he hit me with a go balls as he was walking down the fairway. Super nice, approachable guy. I hope he wins this thing. That'd be pretty cool to see a kid from Baylor do that. Also, as far as the baseball team's concerned, did anybody else just have the feeling I did, which is, yeah, we're totally giving up a 3-run home run right here last night in the 9th.
I was just glad he kept Bo Rudy in the game for the 9th and didn't bring someone else in.
I had a strangely optimistic feeling about it. I really did. Thought we were going to win.
Really?
Yeah.
I find it odd that coach took out his hottest power hitter and put in a freshman who hadn't taken a swing all game. It was very weird. That was a very early season thing that maybe Josh Elander would have done. And Elander showing a little fire last night. It kind of fired me up, guys. As Basilio would say, fired me up, focused me, and prepared me. I was pretty excited about our coach last night.
No, I thought he was.
That's the first good thing I can say about him in a while.
Thought he was good. On the other hand,
He was.
Oklahoma was like a case study in bad decisions. It felt like throughout the game. that team kind of amazed that they're ranked higher than us.
You had 17 hits,
base running errors.
17 hits to our 7,
Yeah.
and you lose by 2. That's bad look.
The one thing that you could have said from the beginning of the game is that one pitcher who started against us had a lot of walks in him. And buddy, he did. My gosh. They had thrown, by the time Tegan Coons got pulled, he had thrown like 100 and something, and they had thrown like as a unit like 135 pitches. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. So that said, guys, appreciate the time. Stephen Yeagerbear.
By the way, Bob, we have a submission for a potential Ramon Foster replacement if he's leaving the Vol Network.
I think I saw it.
Who wants a T-shirt?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah!
Oh,
Let's go.
I didn't bring it up. I read it and I saw it.
You think it's a good idea?
Can he call the games from the DJ booth with the T-shirt cannon while spinning records and analyzing the game?
All I know, Mike, is we just got to feed the floor. We got to feed the field.
Stay with us. The Drive continues. Logan Quinton coming up next here on Fan Run Radio.
The Drive.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
You know how East Tennessee takes its barbecue seriously. Well, TMG Fest is about to take it to the next level. Saturday, May 23rd, Hardin Valley Event Center. Doors open at 2 and the event runs till 9. A live fire barbecue competition and full-blown festival all wrapped into one. 15 pit masters from all around the country. Teams coming in from Texas, the Carolinas, California, and of course from Knoxville to square off in a legit smoke-off competition. And the cool part, you're not just watching, you get to walk around, taste what they're cooking, and help decide who wins. It's a real crowd judging situation, and that's just the competition side of things. There's also a live fire cooking demonstration happening throughout the day. Learn techniques, how they manage their fire, how they work with different cuts, different wood, different pit styles. If you're someone that loves cooking outdoors or wants to get better at it, this is a great opportunity to learn up close and personal from the experts. And it's all wrapped in a real festival atmosphere, live music, lawn games, food vendors, and the block party energy just makes for a great day, rain or shine, from 2 to 9. Kids 12 and under get in free. So bring the family. Tickets on sale now at tmgfest.com. That's tmgfest.com. TMG Fest, Saturday, May 23rd, Hardin Valley Event Center. This one's going to be fun. tmgfest.com.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together. Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle
CBS college football broadcasts.
That's right. God. Thank God.
Thank God.
Danielson was.
Yeah, I mean, I realize Gary Danielson isn't everybody's cup of tea, but I feel bad for Charles Davis being sent to the Siberia of the CBS Big Ten broadcasts.
I don't know.
Well, it's not like they're getting Michigan, Ohio State. That game's going to Fox. They're getting Purdue versus Illinois.
I was going to say those Minnesota Rutgers games aren't going to call themselves. Man. They've got a.
Oh, man. All right, Chuck. Hang in there, buddy. Let's bring in the Cookie Man, Logan Quinton. His appearance brought to you by our friends at Crumble Cookies this afternoon. What up, LQ?
What's going on, guys? It's a beautiful day over here off Emory, getting ready for graduation. And as things wind down for my day, I'm looking forward to the next month plus some change because baseball is just heating up along with the weather. And looks like the Tennessee boys are going to be in for an exciting one tonight. And also, with the one last regular season game tomorrow.
Yeah, what a huge win for Josh Elander and company to get back to 500 in league play, 14-14 with 2 games left and a chance to finish at 500 or even above. Very interesting final 2 games at Oklahoma. First of all, do you think we're in, worst case scenario, at 14-16? You think we're in the NCAA tournament?
For sure. Yeah, that's to use some basketball terminology, pay homage to Basketball Bob here. They just needed to hit a layup this weekend, and they did that last night. I think they're safely in. And now to be able to book in this season with a win against Oklahoma, that's like you mentioned, Russ, being a 500 ball club in the SEC based on the way things were projecting early on in SEC play. I think that's a solid year one for Josh Elander and company. And if this offense continues to build, I think things, fans can get excited about what's in store in Hoover and beyond.
Logan, talk to me about I'm just looking ahead to tonight a little bit. Don't want to get too far ahead, but we were just talking about in the previous segment how Oklahoma, that game last night was just a comedy of errors on the Oklahoma side a few times, whether it was base running mistakes, lineup changes that were questionable, whatever the case. This guy Mercurius that's starting tonight, he's a freshman that has never started a game before. So what do you think the strategy is there? Is that they looking ahead to, putting somebody in against whoever we put out for game 3? I just wonder what's up there.
By the way, before Logan answers, can I just say I hate it when this happens. I feel like every time there's he's never started a game.
I know.
The guy comes out and throws for 120 pitches of shutout 8-inning baseball against us. I'm already pissed off about this.
The biggest thing, Bob, what Skip Johnson has dealt with the past few weeks is Xander's brother, LJ. He was the transfer from UNLV. He was slotted as the Friday night starter. He started out with a bang. Things have started to fade for him, and really the pitching staff as a whole. They began the SEC slate. Them in Kentucky as the most dominant pitching performances for weekend 1 of SEC play, and it's been a little bit downhill, particularly for LJ since then. And he's obviously gotten bumped this weekend. I don't really know the status there. Maybe it's just a weekend off to kind of reset before postseason. But like you mentioned, his brother Xander has got the starting job tonight, 28 2/3 innings, all in relief. I expect the same type of approach from Oklahoma. I mentioned it on the 920 podcast this week that I felt like for the most part, Oklahoma would try to use as many arms as possible. That's kind of their MO, similar to what Coach Mingione does with Kentucky. They will mix and match, and it's kind of like a full Army approach from the bullpen. Now they do have pretty good closer in Jackson Cleveland. Tennessee hasn't seen him yet. He's got 4 saves on the SEC season. I would expect if Oklahoma, if they're within reach, if they're down one, maybe tie ball game, middle innings, I wonder if they don't just go to him because they really need to even this series. But yeah, it's kind of their MO, Bob, to kind of answer your question, that they use a bunch of different guys and things start to leak on them at the back end. And really this situation with LJ Mercurius is really costing them in terms of the starter role on the weekend. But I can tell you tomorrow, Cord Rager, he has been their Sunday guy, big time lefty freshman. It was a phenomenal hitting prospect, by the way, coming up out of the prep ranks. But Rager, if there was an all SEC freshman team, he would be on it. I could not have guessed that Rager would be their most consistent and best pitcher come season's end. So the Vols have got a lot to deal with in terms of the starter tomorrow. But tonight against Xander, I think they can chase him. If they take the same approach they did last night and, last weekend, I feel really good about the matchup going into today.
Logan Quinton jamming with us this afternoon here on The Drive, Fan Run Radio. And Logan, let's talk about the pitching for the Vols tonight/tomorrow. Obviously, Coons is burned. Appenzeller pitched a lot yesterday. I don't think he'd be available tomorrow, certainly not tonight. You got Blanco going. I would imagine that you go all in trying to win this game. And if you have a chance and it's a close game late and you need to go to the bullpen, you would go with Brandon Arvidsson. I'm sure that they would love to save him for tomorrow and start game 3. But I think you go all in. Now, if you're up big or down big, maybe you try and piece it together and save Arvidsson for tomorrow. But do you think that's going to be the philosophy from Elander and company is, hey, we're going to win, kind of like they did last week against Texas. We're going to go all in to win this second game, and we'll cross that bridge about tomorrow when we come to it.
Yeah, it's probably the latter. Russ, I've been conflicted on this. I've tossed this around in my head the past couple of days. Initially, my gut was that they would plan on starting Arv for Sunday just to give him a starting look now that they're about to go into Hoover and postseason. But man, it feels like going on last night. It felt like, the way Elander called that game, that they were going with that all-in approach. And I wonder if he doesn't go right back to that, because after Arvidsson, what kind of leverage do you have at the back end? I do think Blanco can get plenty of length in this game, but still, you mentioned Appenzeller and Rudy last night. Who are those guys going to be that you trust to close out this game? Now, what would be wonderful is if you're up 4 or 5 runs late, then there's some wiggle room there. But in terms of lefties, Taylor Tracy, Will Haas, and then I'm sure Brady Frederick from the right side would be an option for this. I tell you what, the situation with Krenzel, man, it's that they would love nothing more to get that guy going. At this point, I don't know when it would happen. Obviously, we've learned the past couple of weeks it's probably not something physical going on with him. But yeah, it's just this has been a leaky bullpen at the back end. But I'm with you, Russ. I would love to just see Elander and the boys go all in on this and stack Blanco and Arv, win the weekend, call it a day, and kind of just gear up for Hoover.
I'm just looking at the box score from last night, Logan, looking at Walker. And I'm reminded of who Oklahoma is. And I swear, I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but it feels like maybe we took their best shot last night, because they had 17 hits, but 12 of them were singles. They had 5 hits for extra bases, 3 home runs. 2 of the guys that hit home runs have like 3 each on the season.
Yeah.
I mean, this team, I felt like I was talking to somebody last night, I was saying on the show yesterday too, the archetype for this team feels more Kentucky than any other team. Would you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a fair comp. And, I'm with you. In terms of Jason Walk and Kyle Branch both hitting those home runs was kind of odd. And then the irony was some base running errors by Oklahoma. And you know, they're supposed to have this, you know, the characteristics of creating chaos on the base paths and being a clean fielding team. Skip Johnson is a wonderful pitching coach, and he's kind of got that old school mentality in terms of what he wants from his offense. They love to hunt fastballs. That's kind of how they're programmed, but they can play the short game as well too. So, you know, with this big park, it's kind of crazy to think about that those two guys hit those homers and they didn't find the gaps and you know, take advantage of the short game. But Tennessee, man, defensively, hard to believe they're at the very top in terms of fielding percentage on the year, and so that's been a plus. So yeah, it was a bit ironic the way Tennessee won and how Oklahoma looked, but I do agree that it might have been their best shot, at least, you know, from the bat. I think we're going to see their best shot starting pitcher-wise tomorrow, but this Oklahoma offense, I'm not sure if we see that knack for slugging and power like we saw last night. Now, Dayton LaChance, you saw the power stroke in him. He's kind of their gold star in terms of that part of the game. But I think Blanco can be effective tonight. He's going to get out to 4 or 5 pitches. If he's on, I really, really love this matchup. I loved it going in the whole series. Even with Mac out and question mark, I really loved how the pitching things line up, considering Oklahoma does have a starter out as well.
Well, how big was it last night for Coons? You know, he gives up 12 hits, 2 walks. You know, I say only 5 strikeouts. That's kind of low for him on a night when he's 108 pitches, but he grinds out just 5 innings, and it's easier to leave him in there, Logan, when the offense is scoring runs and we get 4 in the third there. But you know, if you had to take him out earlier, like if he couldn't make it through 5, that's kind of a disaster, right, for the rest of the weekend as it affects your pitching, because you just have so few reliable options in that bullpen. So for him to just be able to tough it out and just get through 5 innings without his best stuff was huge. Yeah,
and the biggest part of it is the support of the offense and what they've shown over the past several games. And last night you talked about it, I think, before. I mean, just 7 hits, and you left 10 on base, but you were still able to score 9 in that ball game. That's just, I don't know. It just feels like guys are starting to put things together, particularly the sophomores. Blaine Brown, one of them. I mean, we've seen him beat the shift a couple of times now here of late, and that was a huge at-bat by him last night. Reese Chapman's been solid as a rock. What a senior season and send-off that he's having put together individually. But yeah, it feels like in terms of Grimmer, some of those other sophomores, not so much sophomore-ish now, right? It's that Levi Clark in the game starting to look like seasoned vets at this point, and they're going to have that. I mean, I don't think you're going to pull a couple of tricks out of the hat and from the bullpen perspective, I don't think all of a sudden you're going to have 2 or 3 guys emerge and show dominance. But if one guy can step up and you know, be a difference maker in the bullpen, if this offense continues to ascend, that, like I said, I'm pretty excited, and I'm anxious to see how things move forward as we work our way to Hoover and then into the regionals.
And how good is Levi Clark when you talk about these sophomores? And you know, he's, for as bad as he was coming out of the game, and I mean, he was below the Mendoza line, like he was awful, and to the point where like they moved him down the lineup, like there was thought that maybe you're just better off not playing him at all. He is leading the team in slugging, 629, 377 OB. That's over 1,000 OPS. Like he is one of the best hitters in college baseball right now.
Yeah, and he's just a couple away from double-digit homers in SEC play. That would be huge. And like you said, just what he's done to kind of – and it didn't happen overnight, right? Like that run he went on last year, that 2-month spree where he was just – it felt like he was unhittable. It's not been like that. It's just been, you know, slowly getting things together at the plate, and you look up at the end of the SEC play, and he's been just fine. So I'm excited to see what he can do going forward. That's huge for his game and what it means for the team. I heard y'all talking about, speaking of Levi Clark, kind of in that position, that conflicting position of maybe getting Jay Abernathy in there tonight.
Yeah.
We'll see. I think that's an interesting conversation. It feels like today would be a good day to sit Stone. I think if not today, it'll be tomorrow, obviously. But I would love to see what Jay can do against this righty tonight. That's interesting if you could get Wright or Clark in there to catch Blanco.
Logan, give me one name of a pitcher. Say things go south with Landon Mack, and he's not going to. Let's hope this isn't the case, but let's say he's kind of done for the rest of the season somehow. Give me the name of a pitcher, not part of the kind of usual rotation we're talking about right now, that could be someone to keep an eye on, like as far as like some of the midweek guys, et cetera. Who's one you would have your eye on?
Man, Bob, that's a tough one. I think we'll get a good feel if I don't expect it tonight, but tomorrow, if Nick Abraham isn't used in the pen, I would think Abraham would be the guy to start game one in Hoover, if not Mac. My gut feeling is that Mac starts game one in Hoover. That's my gut feeling. But now reaching around in the back of the bullpen for guys to emerge, man, it's just Taylor Tracy's been effective in midweeks, but it's been a different story and short sample. Otherwise, so I don't know if you go back to the well with Tracy. I would, other than that, it's Abraham. Some of these other guys, seems like there's been plenty of opportunity, but Josh Reynolds, Josh Eland are still searching in that regard.
Yes. I mean, we've been through all the options there, but I had that thought too about Landon Mack starting next week. I mean, that would be a great, knock the rust off opportunity. Right. If he could go Wednesday and that goes well, you win that game, and then theoretically Teagan would be set to pitch Thursday and Landon on Friday. I don't know, we're getting way ahead of ourselves at that point, but that would be great if that could work itself out. And if we can end here, Logan. If we get to a point where Landon Mack is back and he's healthy and this team's going to a regional, presumably as a 2 seed somewhere, we have been saying it for a long time. Ain't nobody wanting to see Tennessee rolling into their regional. And if they can claw their way out with those 3 starting pitchers, then I think this team has I think they have a better chance to win a super regional than they do a regional. And man, if Josh Elander somehow ends up in Omaha this year, then what a job in his first season as head coach.
Yeah, I'm telling you guys, I've seen some crazy stuff, and I talk about the Ole Miss 22 team all the time. They're fantastic. They're my favorite case study in terms of champions. And I'll say that Tennessee has more upside, and they've got one or two more options than that team did. Dylan DeLuce's arm did not fall off, and then a freshman, Hunter Elliott, that was like all-world freshman. But outside of that, they just had to piece things together. They got hot at the right time, a la Tim Elko. Maybe Reese Chapman can channel that inner Tim Elko running into the postseason. So we'll see. Anything can happen. This team's talented, no doubt.
The one thing I would add is I think about that. We're not that far removed from the Tony Vitello era that there's still a vibe around this team. And, you get into the postseason, I kind of liken it, if you look at an analogous example in college basketball, like Michigan State. You never want to play them in the tournament because they just seem battle tested and they just have that ability to push through. I think that could happen with this team if they can keep the momentum going.
And you never know what kind of energy and momentum you can create when you have to be on the road throughout. That Ole Miss team started in Coral Gables, and weather was absolutely nasty. It actually turned out not as bad as, they thought they were worried about playing that regional for weather. They got it in, but it was like this road dog mentality that Ole Miss took in, and they rolled that thing all the way to Omaha. And the mentality of this team, the characteristics they have in the clubhouse, like I could see that.
Boy, we are tempting the wrath of the whatever high atop the thing so much.
I need to backpedal.
Let's just win tonight. Let's try and get a dub tonight. How about that? We'll leave it there. Hey, Logan, always appreciate the time, my man. Crumble Cookies, the place to be. Let me pull up the old crumblecookies.com and see what we got going on. What would you recommend this week, Logan?
Is Barry in studio?
Yes.
You want me to get him going? They've got banana bread.
A banana.
Banana bread is on the menu. That's it for me. Banana bread or the cake batter. Those are my two options. I actually went and scooped up a pack. We've got graduation tonight and got to take some to the Panther Network crew. And I got to tell you, Russ, it's a great menu to have for graduation. So anybody looking at some post-graduation festivities, folks got to go to graduation this week. Be sure to scoop up a box for you and the family and the graduate. I tried the dirty sodas, man. They're really good. I tried the Whisk Me Away. Diet Coke with lime, some cranberry in there. It was very, very good. And to make Bear even more happy, plenty of mellow yellow options in terms of what they have for dirty sodas. Bear, I'm pretty sure if you come with us here in a few weeks, you could probably hardline that mellow yellow if you wanted to, just as long as you behave yourself.
Just get one of those helmets, like the beer helmets with the mellow yellows. All right, we'll be looking for that. Crumble Cookies, 3 locations, Clinton Highway, out in Maryville, and, of course, West Knoxville, Turkey Creek on Parkside Drive, Logan Quinton. We call him the Cookie Man. Thanks so much, LQ. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Logan.
Logan Quinton joining us here this afternoon. We got to take a quick time out, back to wrap up hour number 2 of the show. If you want to jump in, take a shot, 865-966-3435, your number to get on board. More Fan Run Radio coming up.
The Drive. Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel by searching for Fan Run Sports.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Next week is a huge week for your Knoxville Smokies. Don't have your tickets yet? It's not too late. Join us Tuesday as we honor our incredible law enforcement. And Wednesday is all you can eat. The weekend is kicking off with one of our favorites, Margaritaville. Food and drink specials all night long with that island feel and post-game concert and fireworks. Saturday, it's not only a doubleheader, but it's Grateful Dead night and fireworks. We end the week with our day game of the week on Sunday. It's jam-packed, so get your tickets now at smokiesbaseball.com.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you. Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
Is your yard starting to
the program and the schedule release videos from the NFL. I haven't gotten to see all of them. I saw the Titans one, which, of course, the Titans were the gold standard a couple of years ago with the guess the team by the logo
right
thing. It's probably the best video that's ever been put out like that. And now everybody's trying to do that. The only other one that I saw and I really enjoyed was the Raiders last night with the Step Brothers thing.
That was cool.
That was really
the
funny.
Chargers, they kind of took a shot at.
This is what I've heard, is that the Chargers were the ones, or one of the ones anyway, to go there with
Apparently
Braves and
they
Rossini.
do. Every year they go in on somebody.
Yeah, they did the whole Halo.
Yeah, that was
rendition.
That's what I was gonna say, because that one spoke to people my age. I thought that the Halo thing was awesome.
Oh, like the video game?
Yeah, the Halo video game. They just did
like
their
an Angel
schedule
Halo
release
for a
of
second.
them playing Halo. It was so cool.
Colts did a fun one. They did the Simpsons, and it looks like they tapped into either through AI or they actually hired the voices and everything. It was great.
Imagine they just hired the voices.
Probably.
Mercedes got a lot of money. They just sold all those rare guitars for $1 gazillion.
Larry on the YouTube chat says, give me Heath Schuler as a potential Ramon replacement. That would be cool.
I think that's interesting. Yeah, I saw that too.
And he would be, I would presume that he would be around enough to do it.
Yeah.
I could go for that. Maybe is Josh Dobbs would be great as far as like a more recent Vol, but he seems like a kind of guy that's got a lot going on.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still playing in the NFL, right?
Oh yeah, that too. He's still got a football job.
Pretty well known. What do they call them? Influencers? Him and his wife?
Yeah. I feel like the parent in me is like, Josh, you can do better than that. You don't need to be an influencer. Shane says, I'm afraid Butch would hit Mike with a helmet.
Be kind.
Oh, man.
Big year for Butch and the Red Wolves of Arkansas State.
I guess.
I mean, they seem to be okay with him down there.
They keep making bowl games, having decent seasons. Like
bowl championships are what this program is built on.
Bowl championships.
Absolutely ridiculous.
College traditions.
We're 3 consecutive bowl appearances here at Jonesboro.
Champions of life.
You just made the list.
Butch Jones is ass.
Oh, man.
My guy, River Bailey, who does the production work for Andy Staples' thing that he does with Ari Wasserman on 3, sent me a clip of Georgia Tech's Brent Key telling Andy Staples that Alberto Mendoza is the projected starter at quarterback. I think we had heard that. They've also got, remember, Justice Haynes from Alabama and Michigan. He is surfaced at Georgia Tech. So they've got some weapons.
They do.
Down there.
They're a good team.
Well, I mean, you've got this Mendoza kid, if he's anything like his big brother, and we're sending a true freshman to make his second collegiate start on the road at Georgia Tech.
He's not just any freshman. He's a special one.
And I'm just glad that it would be different if it's his first
Mendoza
game.
or Faison?
Faison.
Okay.
I mean, it'd be different if it was his first game. Like if that was like week 1 or one of the premier openers like we had against Syracuse and that was on the road or something, that'd be different. But he's going to get the first game to at least, go have his first college game in front of the home fans. Pretty easy matchup there. So I feel like that would get him real comfortable before he goes into Atlanta, whoever it is.
Let's get a call from TJ. Good afternoon, TJ. You're on the drive. It's Fan Run Radio.
Hey, boys. Good to talk with you. I'm usually a podcaster, but I had a little bit of extra time today.
Welcome into the real thing, brother.
Good to be here. Thank you. Just had a couple things. I was catching up, listening to the podcast from yesterday, and I was thinking about, Bear usually when the awesome list of things that Bear hates comes up, that he typically either A, says like half the things I don't hate, or B, they're all ridiculous and everybody should hate them. And so I was kind of thinking to myself that maybe one way to get things off the list is to prove that Bear doesn't hate them.
Ooh,
that's great. It's a great
So,
idea.
like, for instance, the strawberry, was it jam or jelly or whatever.
Okay.
Just make him have a sandwich in studio with some strawberry jam on it. See how it goes. And if he's fine with it, then it comes
off the list.
It's a great idea.
There's some things that aren't ever coming off that list.
We could do this for a whole week.
Who gets to do the magic tricks in front of him?
Like if Lee Greenwood ever comes up with a proud to be a Russian,
He's got proud to be a Canadian. That's out there.
Proud to be a Bolshevik.
Thank you, TJ. I really appreciate your call today.
I think he's added a lot to the show. Thanks, TJ.
Appreciate it.
Of course. Well, before you let me go, I think Al Wilson would be a fun guy to hear football.
Oh, man. Yeah. Great suggestion.
I like that. We'd have some guys for sure. It's just
Yeah, but what if he went all like, what was the guy, the office linebacker guy? You remember that guy?
Is that Terry Jackson?
Terry Tate or
Terry Tate,
yeah.
Office. What if Al went like Al Wilson, press box linebacker?
I'd love that. I'm here for it. Stay with us. Hour number 3 of the drive coming up on many of these fan-run affiliates. Back with more after this.
The Drive. Fan Run Radio, where Big Orange Country comes to talk sports. Start your morning off with your daily dose of talk sports with John Reed and Cody McClure from 8 to 11. Then it's Tony Basilio from 11 to 1. The Playbook with William Pattison from 1 to 3. And The Drive from 3 to 6. It's 10 hours of hard-hitting local sports radio every day, right here on the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Citizens National Bank.
Experience the thrill of traveling with C&B's exclusive travel program. Customers age 50 and above with a Plus Perks checking account can participate, ensuring a safe and delightful travel adventure. Take a day trip or an overnight trip. Travel domestic or international. C&B is always on the go.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Malone at Knoxville Smiles. Has it been a while since your last dental visit? If so, I'd like to invite you to come see us. At Knoxville Smiles, it's our vision to provide the best dental care in town in a relaxed, friendly environment. So if it's been a while and you've been putting it off, don't wait any longer. Come see us at Knoxville Smiles. You can schedule an appointment online at knoxvillesmiles.com or by phone at 865-539-1776.
The more you listen to your kids, the closer you'll be. So we asked kids, what do you want your parents to hear?
I feel sometimes that I'm not listened to. I would just want you to listen to me more often and evaluate situations with me and lead me towards success.
Listening is a form of love. Find resources to help you support your kids and their emotional well-being at sounditouttogether.org. That's sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Pivotal.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Rickard Ridge Barbecue. It's more than just dinner, it's a destination. Hey, this is Russell Smith, and whenever somebody asks me for a barbecue recommendation, I always tell them to take the quick drive up I-75 and visit Rickard Ridge Barbecue. Rickard Ridge is about a 20-minute drive up I-75 from downtown Knoxville. Just take exit 134 in Caryville, hang a right, and Rickard Ridge is tucked just inside Cove Lake State Park on your left. You can't miss it. Fall off the bone Memphis-style baby back ribs, slow-smoked chicken thighs, fresh, juicy, hand-cut steaks. Rickard Ridge has it all. And this ain't no Yankee chain store fly-by-night operation either. Owner Mark Rickard has spent years honing his smoking skills in Memphis, and his secret recipe and techniques have been driving East Tennessee wild for years. So make time to check him out. Rickard Ridge Barbecue inside Cove Lake State Park and online at rickardridgebbq.com.
It's time for The Drive's Top 5 at 5.
Quitting time on your Friday, 5 o'clock here on Fan Run Radio. I'm Russell Smith. Thank you for tuning in to our show this afternoon. Bob Baskerville has left the building. He's got teenage graduation festivities to attend to. Congratulations to Eva. We'll be walking the stage tomorrow for Webb. And congrats to the Baskerville family.
Mm-hmm.
Walker Smith, another Webb grad.
Yes, sir.
In the house.
Spartan representative.
Top 5 at 5, brought to you by Knoxville Smiles. Hit it, Walker.
At number 1, following a gritty 9-7 win over Oklahoma last night, the Base Vols look to take the series against the Sooners tonight with Game 2 from Oklahoma City. First pitch is at 7:30, and the game is showing on SEC Network Plus. Lefty Evan Blanco is taking the mound for the Vols against Oklahoma's Xander Mercurius.
Does Blanco have another quality start in that cannon of a left arm of his? And can this Tennessee offensive resurgence continue? A lot on the line. Most experts feel that last night, the 14th conference win assures Tennessee a spot in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
A win tonight would assure that you don't finish with a losing record. You can finish no worse than 15-15 and potentially even with a winning record. But big one tonight in OKC for Big Josh and the boys. Love seeing Elander getting that on his face last night.
I'm just really happy for him that he seems to, this season's really kind of turned around on the back half of it.
What was it? Why did he go up there? Was that the Blaine Brown hit by the pitch thing?
So basically they called originally a pitch hits Blaine Brown,
or no,
it goes back behind the back.
Clock. It was the clock.
No, it was the Rudy pitch clock thing.
Yeah.
Where basically what happened was Bo Rudy called time, and the count was 3-2. It was a full count. He stepped off.
Catcher called time.
Whoever it was called time. Rudy steps off the back of the bag, and Stone gets up and starts to run out. And the umpire looks like, I didn't hear anyone call time. That's a time expire. Ball 4, take your base. And Elander comes out and gives him a piece of his mind.
Watching closely. Clearly Stone gave the time signal. I mean, I couldn't hear it, obviously, but I don't know how you missed that. Elander was hot about that. The Blaine Brown thing, I think he was mad at Blaine.
Yeah, it was like, don't come back. Just go take your base, man.
Well, no, he wanted him to go back because we didn't want to take the base because a wild pitch would have scored the run. There was a runner on third, and he came across to score.
Yeah.
But because it was a hit by pitch, he doesn't
advance.
Yeah, the runner on third doesn't advance, and Blaine just took the first base, and we did not end up scoring that run, I don't think.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Just got to be some situation. I think Blaine did get hit.
He did.
But you got to be situationally aware enough to if you can at all, pretend like he was barking at the pitcher like he was wanting to fight and everything. It's like, dude, just stand there with your bat and let the run score.
Yeah. We can circle back to it, but something just dawned on me as well. I would be curious to see. I have to look up. I'm trying to remember when Elander moved from third base back to the dugout.
Say it was.
I wonder if it coincides.
Second or third series of the season. Second or third SEC series.
I'd have to go back and look. Something to monitor, though. At number 2, Las Vegas has set a line for Tennessee football's ongoing quarterback competition. According to odds released by Bet Online, freshman Faison Brandon is a minus 150 favorite to win the job, and redshirt freshman George McIntyre is plus 110. McIntyre appeared in 2 games for Tennessee's third quarterback last season.
So, I mean, this is the This is the narrative that's out there right now, is that George McIntyre missed his opportunity in the spring to really nail down that starting job, and there's just sort of an assumption here that Faison Brandon is going to take that opportunity and run with it.
It's interesting because I wonder if
Did you take that bet?
I wonder how much better Faison would have to look in camp for that to happen.
I don't think it's decided yet. I mean,
No.
if I were, I don't know where I would bet. I think it's 50-50. I think.
I mean, so tell him with this guy. Yeah, Hendon Hooker. I keep going back to it, but
I mean, if all things are equal, like, he does seem to be kind of a lean with experience. I mean, he was playing Merklinger first off the bench last year when he knew that Merklinger wasn't coming back, and there was no real reason to do that.
He does some wacky stuff sometimes with the quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is like, how much better does Faison have to look in fall ball, including spring practice, for Josh Heupel to say, all right, he just looks too good, so I got to just play him over a guy who's been in the system for a year. Like, I don't know if it'll be like, if it's marginally better, I feel like he's still going to go with George, but Faison's going to have to play much better than him in fall ball, it feels like. At number 3, the Lady Vols softball is set to start its home regional today with a matchup against Northern Kentucky. First pitch is at 5:30 today, and they will play either Virginia or Indiana tomorrow.
Is Northern Kentucky the Norsewomen?
I guess.
That's the Norsemen, right?
Yeah, the Norsemen.
They come in here those black and yellow uniforms.
Yeah,
the
we
Norse
played
women
them this year.
The She Vikings.
Could be.
The Vikettes.
Also a good one.
Lady Norse.
Let's go, Lady Vols. Get this thing rolling.
Get to Omaha. Wait, no, they play in Oklahoma City, don't they? Yep. They get to the College World Series.
First step tonight.
Yep.
Is this here in Knoxville?
Yeah, Knoxville Regional.
Let's go.
Should win it.
Let's go, ladies. Do the thing.
Let's do it. At number 4, we have a great night of NBA playoff basketball with 2 Game 6s. First, the Cavaliers will try to pull off the upset over the Pistons with a closeout game in Cleveland at 7 p.m. Later, the Timberwolves look to stay alive against the Spurs in Minnesota at 9:30. Both games are on Prime Video.
So the Cavs would presumably be playing the Knicks?
Yeah, they'd play the Knicks. But it's going to be we got a very good case of rest versus rust, depending on how these series go. Because, the Thunder swept the Lakers and the Knicks just swept their opponent, the Sixers. And both of these series are seemingly going to go at least 2 games longer. Wouldn't be surprised if both of these end up going to Game 7. Good rest versus rust conversation there.
Bear, can you name a Cav?
Oh, damn. Yeah. Oh, James Harden.
There you go.
There you go.
He's got the big beard. He's got the really funny GIF on Twitter.
Sun Devil. James Harden.
Does that whole
James
deal.
Harden a Hall of Famer?
No.
In the NBA Hall of Fame? Yes.
No.
Yes.
What is the argument against?
I just don't think he's all that special.
He's a
good.
2-time league MVP.
No.
James Harden can cook, man.
Just letting anybody in now?
Yes.
Well, at least you admit it.
That's what I've always said. Even
Let anybody in there.
But James Harden's going to be like probably first ballot. He's 2-time league MVP. Guy is awesome.
You could have also said Donovan Mitchell,
Evan Mobley,
I knew Donovan Mitchell,
Larry Nance Jr., or Drive legend Dennis Schroeder.
Why is he a Drive legend?
This is the caller.
The caller, Martin, really
Dennis
wanted to know about
Dennis Schroeder.
Shout out, Martin, if you're out there. We miss you.
I hope he is.
And at number 5, there's a mystery in New York and Chicago as a traffic ticket has been issued to the car from the 1980s TV show Knight Rider, which has been in a museum and not driven for many years.
Whoa.
The Volo Museum in Chicago received a $50 ticket for a black Trans Am with the same license plate going about 10 miles over the speed limit in Brooklyn, New York. The ticket came complete with traffic camera photos showing the vehicle with the same California license plate, with the same novelty license plate from the show on the museum's unregistered car. The license plate is also connected to 5 other unpaid traffic violations in New York City since late 2024. How the city linked the plate to the museum was not immediately clear.
Wasn't the Knight Rider car named Kit?
Yes. Kit.
Had the little red light on the front.
Yeah.
Car was badass.
The voice guy was he was also famous, kind of famous actor.
David Hasselhoff. What was the point of Knight Rider?
Oh, I'm asking.
What did he?
I mean, what was the point of any of those 80s TV shows?
You don't know.
that?
Like Knight Rider, it had a cool theme song. It's like, da-da,
I mean, I remember the pilot.
da-da,
I mean, it was kind of.
da-da, 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 da-da. Do 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 do.
Kind of sounds like a mismatch of Gilligan's Island in there. He was some kind of Fort cop that had gotten kind of like the whole RoboCop thing. He'd been left for dead or something, I want to say.
What was the premise of Knight Rider? I need to know.
I'll do a quick.
I feel like I watched that show a bunch as a kid, but I was kind of a dumb kid. Like I would watch movies and I had no idea really what happened. I would watch movies over and over again, and now I go back and watch them as an adult. And I'm like, oh, that was that story. That's what they was doing.
I've done that.
You do that too? Okay.
Yeah, I've done that.
A kid thing.
I mean, you can go back and watch kids shows as an adult, and you'll still see like some stuff that you didn't see when you were a kid.
Michael Knight is a man on a mission, reborn, so to speak, after getting shot in the face. Knight decides to dedicate his life to fighting for justice. Self-made billionaire Wilton Knight hires Michael to... That's not Knight Rider. Got to get to the bottom of this.
That's right, isn't it?
1982. Action crime drama.
I mean, he was not right. He was a detective.
Michael Knight, a sleek and modern crime fighter assisted by Kit, an advanced, artificially intelligent, self-aware, and nearly indestructible car.
Yeah,
it was like a 1982 Trans Am.
I mean, it's a freaking great idea for a show. It's just amazing.
Good
Like,
stuff.
where are the good show? Like, if they did a Knight Rider reboot, I would be all over that. I love Knight Rider. No idea what it's about. Great show,
It's just
though.
a good.
I mean, you have a charismatic
Lone
star.
Crusader show.
You have a charismatic.
Did you ever watch it?
No, I'm reading an AI premise of it.
That's part of the.
Jesus.
That's part of the
What?
the reason for like the charismatic frontman. A show like David Hasselhoff.
That's Scott Bakula.
It's the Hoff.
Leap.
The
It's
freaking
the
Hoff, dude.
Hey, he's no
don't,
Bakula.
don't hassle the Hoff. Oh, Scott Bakula's not worthy of shining the Hoff's
Get
boots.
the hell out of here.
Not worthy to shine the Hoff's
Quantum
boots.
Leap. It just
You think
craps all
Scott
over.
Bakula was a more charismatic leading man than David Hasselhoff?
Yes.
I've heard of David Hasselhoff. Haven't heard of the other guy.
Where did I see Scott Bakula running shirtless down the beach with Pam Anderson and Nicole Eggert chasing
Who
him?
is Scott Bakula?
He's the guy from Quantum Leap and
A bunch of other
Unnecessary
stuff.
Roughness. Or Necessary Roughness, excuse me. It's a good football movie you probably ought to
Quantum
check
Leap,
out.
Star Trek.
Put that on your list. Necessary
He was in
Roughness.
NCIS New Orleans.
Kathy
Done a
Ireland.
lot of stuff.
He's in
That was a great movie.
He was in Major League, Back to the Minors.
Yeah, he was in that, wasn't he?
Apparently,
Was that the second Major League? I never watched like anything after that.
It is pretty wild if you go back and look at that cast for Necessary Roughness. Some of those were some pretty. I mean, Robert Feach Lamagna's in it.
Mr. and
What's his
Mrs.
name? Robert
Smith.
Loggia.
Yeah.
Thank you, Walker. Top 5 at 5 brought to you by Knoxville Smiles. It's where I go to the dentist. Got an appointment next week. Trying to stay in that no cavity club. Let you know how it goes. Knoxville Smiles. Check them out online, knoxvillesmiles.com, or call 865-539-1776. Say, I heard Russell talking about y'all. Over on Fan Run, Smile Brighter with Knoxville Smiles. We'll go open lines the rest of the way. You want to jump in here, 865-966-3435, your phone number to get on the show today, 966-3435. If you want to chime in, a couple lines available right now. Bear and Walker greet you as you call in. Bob has taken off He's got to attend to graduation festivities. Talking, obviously, Tennessee baseball, game 2 tonight in Oklahoma City. Vols Sooners. By the way, how sweet were those Oklahoma pinstripe unis?
They look good.
It's a good uniform.
It is a good uniform.
Sharp.
That's a really nice park they played in last night.
Yeah, it's a good minor league ballpark.
Shame nobody was in it.
Yeah, that stuff.
Wonder what Schlossnagel's kid thought. We were cranking him out of there last night. Minor league park. Ford scorched that one.
Oh, Ford nuked it.
Like,
Clark nuked it. I mean, we got the power. Like He-Man.
It took a while. It took a while for it to show up.
Yeah.
Peaking at the right time, though.
Yeah, some
all
guys.
you can ask for.
Yeah, some guys getting big hits. I would hit last night 17-7, and
Just walk numbers though.
The free bases helped, but as I said earlier, we did have clutch hitting. The 7 hits we did have all seemed to come at important times, which I mean that was a huge problem earlier in the year. We would get guys on, and it just seemed like we never could put up that crooked number. Like a lot of 1-run innings, but just never could. There was one point, I can't remember where it was. I texted somebody. I said, man, if we only get one lousy run, I think we had the bases loaded early.
No out. It was with no that one with no outs.
And we got an out.
Yeah.
Right away. And I'm like, man,
but
if we only get one.
I think we busted 4 or 5 in that one.
Yeah. Did we score? Was it a sac fly, the first one?
I think so. That was early, and that was when they jumped out to that lead, and then we quickly went in front of them. I think 4-3.
Got a big hit early to get things going. And
I wonder is the kid going to play tonight that hurt himself flipping, and then had the horrible error? I think
who? Rimmer?
No, kid from Oklahoma.
Oh,
that tried to Superman dive over,
trying to steal home.
That first ball that dude let roll all the way to the back to the fence.
Yeah,
it's like, dude, what are you doing?
Well, here's what I was going to say about that is like they came in with a game plan to be very aggressive on the base paths. They stole a bunch of bases on us, and they tried to take extra bases with their hits, but something we've talked about a couple times, but probably not enough, we're really good defensively. Like, we don't let people get away with trying to steal an extra base on us.
People talk about the preponderance of bad umpiring in college baseball, but third base coaching is difficult as well.
Yeah,
I think, and there were some bad sins in that game.
They sent that kid that did the flip thing. That was a really bad one.
Well, we've been pretty good, I want to say here lately, and knock on wood.
Since Elander moved to the dugout.
Yeah, whoever that new guy is, I want to say Bell. I think he's from Florida State. Like he's got experience doing it, and it's pretty good. That's one of those jobs, being third base coach. It's like it's
a thankless job.
Yeah. You only get noticed when you screw up.
Yeah. Because if it's successful, the player gets all the adulation.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
And if it goes wrong, it's like, why did you send him?
I mean, there's
dog cussing him.
Like, is there any more frustrating feeling in sport than seeing your run, like the throw come in and your guys just meet? Like, it's not, you just know.
Yeah, like
he doesn't even have a chance to like do a fancy slide. It's just he's dead meat.
I mean, that guy, I don't know what was going through his head. He's lucky he didn't land on his head.
Well,
that was scary.
That was scary. I mean, just trying to take that off a wild pitch.
It's even worse when they get caught in a rundown.
Hey, man. Yeah. Oh, the rundown is bad.
Oh,
yeah.
You're like, because you got to say it's just prolonged. It's like,
yeah,
dude, just give yourself up, you idiot.
You had that one flicker of hope where you're like, oh, maybe this is the one in a million times he's like going to actually get through there. And
nah,
it never happens. Never when you want it to, anyway.
We've only had one player that I felt confident could break a rundown since we've been good at baseball. Inslee.
Yeah.
He's the only one I thought was quick enough tricky enough.
I mean, same with third base.
I do think if you're going to get, I hate when you get caught in the rundown. Acuna does this, or he'll just give up.
No, you got to make him work
if you're gonna screw up and get caught in the rundown, you better go back and forth until the last minute, man.
Especially if there's someone else on base ahead of you, because if they catch you in a rundown, get your guy to move over.
But you already messed up, man. Try as hard as you can. Who knows? Maybe they'll throw the ball away.
Was it the Reds against the Cubs? Something weird happened at third base. They did like some boneheaded move like that.
I've blocked that series out from my memory. But, I mean, did you guys know we're – speaking of things that we don't talk about until they get messed up, we're the best defensive team in college baseball.
Yeah, saw that.
We have the highest fielding percentage, and we have the least amount of errors. And
Josh Barnes.
And this is something like –
playing the D.
Do what now?
Josh Barnes.
Okay.
And this is something we talked about.
Where are we in the
Vitello's.
KenPom rankings?
Rick Elander.
Something we talked about under Vitello's teams is we would kill him for
Yes.
the bad defense. And now we're the best defensive team in the country, and it's something we're taking for granted a little bit.
I'll put up with some sloppy defense here and there if we have the kind of offense that we've had the last, before this year, where we're always like number 1 in home runs and slugging and, top 5 in average on base and all that stuff. But we're not that this year.
Right.
So being able to
be good in other areas.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, that's which leads to my next question, because we've been quick to point out where Josh isn't like Tony. Anything come to mind, some changes from Tony that are positive that Elander's team has done this year?
Defense.
Yeah, I mean, that would be it.
It's defense. Like we don't make bad decisions in the field.
And this is the good defense is good. Like that's good. I still think after this season, and Elander sits down and kind of does his self-inventory and evaluation and everything, it's like, what can we do to get back to playing Tony ball? Right? I mean, the defense is cool, and I would like to keep it rather than not. But if it's at the expense, what can we get back to leading the nation in home runs and slugging, getting on base? Like those are the important things that win baseball games.
You got to get the hitters in here, and also we had overpowering pitching at the same time. I mean, we were so deep.
We don't have. I mean, even last year you had Tanner Franklin. We don't have anybody on that staff that's thrown 100.
No, but I mean, especially back when Landon Mack was healthy, like we've said it. No one wants to see us go into their region because our starting 3 is so good.
Yeah, just our bullpen's kind of not. I saw some video. I didn't know if it's accurate. Ben Joyce, I mean, and also you got to think about the fact that all these guys that we had all this success with are scattered throughout pro baseball now. I mean, Ben Joyce, he's got, I think, if this video is correct, he holds the second fastest recorded pitch in MLB history. The only person that threw harder than him was Nolan Ryan.
All right, so we could talk about that if you so desire. Holler at your boys, 865-966-3435, your phone number. Faison's Milkshake says, please, no Rider reboot. No Knight Rider reboot.
I tried a Quantum Leap reboot. It sucked.
Said there's supposed to be one in 2027.
Oh, Knight Rider reboot?
That's what GBO Kyle
Let's
B says.
go! Let's go!
You're going to be just sitting there watching it?
Probably not.
2027, you said?
Yeah.
Who's going to play Hoff's character?
I don't know. You see they're having tryouts for the new James Bond, though?
Yeah, they're auditioning.
What is it, like American Ninja Warrior? You got to be able to run an obstacle course, seduce a lady, and drive a car?
Probably.
Well, they were going to have they were going to give it to a female, and then fans around the world kind of shut that one down.
Oh, yeah. God. Please.
Yeah.
Come on, man. I realize everything's got to be, all the boxes have to be checked and everything. Can we just find a nice British guy to play James Bond? Can we just leave that one alone?
Yeah.
Change
One
everything
thing.
else.
Just give us one suave British dude who's bagging babes left and right and saving the world.
Quick timeout. The Drive, Fan Run Radio. Back with more right after this.
The Drive.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel by searching for Fan Run Sports.
You know how East Tennessee takes its barbecue seriously. Well, TMG Fest is about to take it to the next level. Saturday, May 23rd, Hardin Valley Event Center. Doors open at 2 and the event runs till 9. A live fire barbecue competition and full-blown festival all wrapped into one. 15 pit masters from all around the country. Teams coming in from Texas, the Carolinas, California, and of course from Knoxville to square off in a legit smoke-off competition. And the cool part, you're not just watching, you get to walk around, taste what they're cooking, and help decide who wins. It's a real crowd judging situation, and that's just the competition side of things. There's also a live fire cooking demonstration happening throughout the day. Learn techniques, how they manage their fire, how they work with different cuts, different wood, different pit styles. If you're someone that loves cooking outdoors or wants to get better at it, this is a great opportunity to learn up close and personal from the experts. And it's all wrapped in a real festival atmosphere, live music, lawn games, food vendors, and the block party energy just makes for a great day, rain or shine, from 2 to 9. Kids 12 and under get in free, so bring the family. Tickets on sale now at tmgfest.com. That's tmgfest.com. TMG Fest, Saturday, May 23rd, Hardin Valley Event Center. This one's going to be fun. tmgfest.com.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance,
We're streaming online at fanrunradio.com and on your free Fan Run app. Also on YouTube on the Fan Run Sports channel. Do us a favor if you're watching there right now. Take a look down. If you are subscribed to the channel already, thank you. If you're not, please go ahead and click subscribe. It's quick, it's easy, it's free, and helps us keep the show free with limited commercial interruptions for your listening pleasure. Also, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Give the video a like. It's The Drive since 2010, every afternoon, 3 to 6, 15 years going strong here today. Line's open right now if you want to jump in. 865-966-3435, your number to get on the show. Ed says what? No Little Jerry reference on the cockfighting story?
Oh, good one.
R.I.P. Little Jerry.
Little Jerry, that was a great episode.
Did Little Jerry die, or did Kramer jumped in there and saved him, right?
To get caught up with the...
Wasn't that thing? Yeah. Was that the... That's a shame. Was that the Junior Mints episode? I don't remember. I have to go back.
I saw a reference to Junior Mint episode the other day. You know what I may do soon? I have not done it in a long, long time. Do a rewatch. Have you ever done
Seinfeld?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Start at the beginning.
I feel like I've seen them so many times, and I haven't
seen any of them in years and years.
Wasn't the first season was kind of bad, as sitcoms often were.
Remember at the end, it would always go to him doing stand up, right?
at the beginning, and I think the first season, like the stand-up bits were spliced throughout the show. But there were some not so great episodes. It's kind of like The Simpsons, seasons 3 through 7, elite. I think Seinfeld season 2, 3, somewhere in there, they really hit their stride and just fantastic.
Just absurdity, hilarity. What's
All
your
the way
favorite
through.
episode?
Seinfeld. I'm a big marine biologist.
That's a good one.
And then the other one was Kramerica Industries.
That's another good. Mine has always been my top two were always, the Merv Griffin episode is just surreal to me, that whole deal, and then the Kenny Rogers Roasters.
Ricky says a successful baseball team and people are still bitching. It's what we do, man. That's what we do.
We show love.
Bitching just shows you care, man. It just shows you care. Listen, this season had gone, if we were, still an 11 or 12 win team in the conference and this team wasn't going to the tournament, we'd have tuned out by now. We still care. We're in there swinging. We're punching and swinging, man. We're going for it. GBO Kyle Beach 865 says it's supposed to be David Hasselhoff is back and Dwayne Johnson.
Hasselhoff is back.
Maybe he's like the old.
How old is he now?
I don't know. Maybe he's not the guy. Maybe The Rock is driving it, and Hasselhoff is like his manager. I don't know.
He had a pretty good set at the Kevin Hart roast. The Rock did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, he's kind of.
Somebody wrote the lines for him. He just got up there and delivered them.
I don't know about that. I mean, I think that he's, because of being a former professional at it, from wrestling, I think he's got a leg up on those people, all the other people.
Let's talk to DR Vol. Good afternoon, DR. You're on The Drive, Fan Run Radio.
Hey, guys. It's good to talk to y'all. Russ, you got compared to the great Clay Travis this morning. I thought that was cool.
In a positive or negative way?
Well, it's getting compared to Clay Travis, so take that as you will. But I believe you were called a knockoff Clay Travis.
Dollar store version. Dollar store Clay
Dollar
Travis.
store version. Thank you, Barry.
Is this Cody acting out after Milkshake Gate was brought to public attention?
There was some barbs thrown your way today, not just from Cody. Basilio got you too.
All right.
He said your take was the most illiterate thing he'd ever heard.
That's fine, as long as they're listening.
Basilio,
that's what I would say. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. As long as you listen, I don't care.
That's right. Like that bowler said, love me or hate me, you watched.
They tuned in, brother.
Oh, God, that was a great line. Guys, I'm actually on my way to speak at a graduation.
Really?
So I'm going to, yeah.
Why would they let you talk at a graduation?
I don't know. Probably the same reason they let you talk 3 to 6.
Oh! I kind of walked right into that one. Somebody
Last
somewhere.
time I spoke at a
Yeah.
Last time I spoke at a graduation, I got asked not to come back. I spoke at my own college graduation, got up there, did a slight roast, and the students under me asked me to come back next year. So I came back, and I didn't really know all the inside jokes. I was like, I'm just going to roast all the people I used to work with that, mistreated us and used us for free labor while they sat on their ass. And I got pretty personal, roasted them pretty hard. The students loved it, but they said, don't come back next year. I said, okay, I won't.
So you used your
I enjoyed it.
You used your graduation as like the way Michael Jordan used his Hall of Fame induction ceremony, just to settle old scores.
Yeah, because I don't. That is my biggest fault in life is I don't let stuff go.
No, you don't.
And yeah, so I kind of had receipts on that day. A lot of those people don't talk to me anymore, but it's all right. I enjoyed it.
Are you speaking at a high school graduation?
This is my college graduation where I did my clinicals at.
No, I'm saying tonight.
Oh, tonight, yeah.
What are you going to talk about? What's your theme for your speech? Service.
Well, I'm giving away my brother's scholarship. So the week he died, he knew he was dying, and he asked that we do a scholarship. And 13 years later, we've given out, I think tonight will be, I don't know, close to the 100th scholarship. So they asked if I come speak. So I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet.
You haven't figured it out. Just going to go up there and let it rip, huh? No notes.
What a great thing for your brother, man. And I was going to say I have complete faith that you could still combine a really bad roast on somebody on a night like this.
Well, I know a few people there. I am going to roast them. And see, what's funny is when I went to college, I had a communications class, and it was public speaking. And I got an A on presentation, but this woman would give me a C on preparation because I wouldn't write stuff down. I'm like, how do I have a good speech and I'm not prepared? That's idiotic. But, Rush, what you were saying, though, is about, like, Super commented that we're bitching all the time. I wasn't early in the year because I just didn't care. And honestly, I went to that Texas series, and it's got me fired up for baseball. Like, I can't get enough of it now.
You're back in? Let's go.
Yeah, completely back in.
Let's go.
What a sheep.
I'm very excited. In fact, especially depending on where we go, I saw we were projected Georgia Tech. Is that still on? I'd probably go to that.
That is a pretty close site.
Yeah, that would be fun. I've seen a lot of different projections. Georgia Tech, Southern Miss, North Carolina, some of the more popular ones that you're seeing a lot. But a lot of baseball to be played right now, and not just Tennessee, but around the league too. There's a bunch of big series, and just like all these teams are just so bunched together records wise that Tennessee and Oklahoma are battling each other right now. Mississippi State's another team that's Ole Miss is 14-14, so they're kind of in the same boat, and they've got bragging rights over us. So we need them to lose. We need to be pulling against them. They're playing Alabama. So
is LSU going to make the postseason? What's their record?
No. They've won like 10 conference games.
What a frustrating ass season, though, guys. You think about the Georgia, the Vandy, and LSU series. If you don't just crap down your leg, you're easily hosted no matter what happens tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah, and how do those teams attack the SEC tournament? It's frustrating because they're in the position we've been in the past couple of years where it's like, do you even care? You go down to Hoover and it's like, yeah, you'd like to win because you're a competitor. You'd rather win than not win, but you're not going to sacrifice your pitching and all this stuff to win an SEC tournament championship.
Yep. Well, guys, that's about all I got. I've got to get ready to figure out what I'm going to say, but you have a good weekend.
I'm sure it'll come to you. Thank you, DR. Appreciate the phone call.
100 scholarships.
865-966-3435. Your phone number to get on the show this afternoon. Joshy Boy is next. Go ahead, Joshy Boy.
What's up, guys? How are you doing today?
What up, JB? Doing well. Thank you.
Good. You guys give Bob the day off today?
I had to leave early for a graduation ceremony.
Gotcha. So what does he think about his guy getting in trouble for that illegal cockfighting?
Bob doesn't really like to talk a whole lot about bad news about any of the teams or he supports, I've noticed. He kind of shut it down.
Yeah.
Smart by him.
Is that a thing? Does baseball step in and sanction him for that? Is that a suspendable offense?
Cockfighting? I think so.
I mean, if he did it in what, Puerto Rico?
I think so.
That's not a foreign country.
Yeah.
Is it legal there?
But
I don't know.
I mean, when in Puerto Rico?
Do we think it's worse than the Michael Vick situation, though?
Cockfighting?
No, it's not
manner
worse
of
than the Michael Vick
semantics.
thing.
Americans like dogs better than they do chickens, but yeah, I mean, it's still kind of a
that's
barbaric
true.
kind of deal.
I would rank it like in terms of animal cruelty. I would rank dog fighting number 1. It's the worst one. Cockfighting number 2, followed closely by bullfighting.
Wow.
Wow.
Hey, Russ, if the Dodgers and Braves meet in playoffs, you and Bob need to make a bet or something.
Okay. Did
If
you
they
hear
face
him
each
do the
other.
chop?
Yes, I heard it the other day.
How good was that?
I thought you did pretty good.
He belted
Oh,
it
he
out
did
once
well.
we all joined in. I was a little surprised.
What should our bet be if we meet in the playoffs?
Loser takes winner out to lunch.
Nah,
I thought you were going to say, like, loser has to shave their head.
It's got to be something we can do on the show.
No.
How about loser has to
Gotcha.
win the other team's
jersey
and hat for
Give me a round. Give me a round or two of the chop. Here you go, Joshy boy. Are you having a stroke? Beautiful.
Hung up. You want to show him how it's done, Russ?
No, that was wonderful. I think he nailed it right there. Josh boy knocked it out of the park. Red Sox in town at the Chop Shop tonight.
They stink.
Let's go Barbs.
Red Sox are hot garbage.
They're pretty bad.
Hot garbage.
I am addicted to the Bobby Cox ejection story. Anything involving ejection stories. And the way his players talk about him, they all say he waddled around. You know, Bobby's waddling up to us.
Well, he had feet problems. Like, that's what ended his playing career. And he had feet problems, but he still always wore spikes to the end. Always wore spikes in the clubhouse.
The
dugout.
They said some ejections were spontaneous, some were calculated, and some were plotted by players, planned. Greg Maddux being the main culprit.
Do you have a greatest ejection in baseball history? Because I do. And it was from the Braves organization.
Was it?
Yeah.
I mean, the all-time, George Brett, he went psycho. He exploded.
Yeah,
out of
that was a good. Yeah, the pine tar incident was good.
That's a Mount Rushmore one, I feel like. I'm sure Earl Weaver has one that probably deserves to be on the Mount Rushmore. I think it was Philip Wellman. He was managing the G Braves in Double-A in the Southern League, a good 20 years or so ago. And this is on YouTube. You can go and find it. Many of you have seen it. If you haven't, this guy had a break from reality. I mean, he was like Brando at the end of Apocalypse Now. The horror. Is he pulling
the horror? But yeah, I mean, he kicked dirt through his hat and everything. And at one point, he goes out, he takes second base out,
That's this guy.
Walks it back, and then he comes back to the outfield. And what do you call that? Like military crawl? Is it a bear crawl or something? Like he crawls up from the outfield to the pitcher's mound, grabs the rosin bag like a grenade, and throws it at home plate.
That's the one I was talking. Yeah, he had a full on.
That's the best ejection in my opinion.
Oh, there's
Philip Wellman was his name. He gave all.
Did he ever coach another game?
I don't think he got fired. I think
just chalked it up to baseball.
Baseball. Yeah. What are you going to do?
My favorite is there's a viral video from 2018 where this outfielder, I'm looking it up now, for Fargo Moorhead Red Hawks of the American Association, got ejected from a game, grabbed the trash can, and put it right where the ump was standing behind home plate, and got ejected and walked off the field. It's one of my favorite videos of all time.
There's something to me, man, about when they just raise. I loved it when they turned the hat around, Russ.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wellman start chewing there.
Wellman also got on his chest at home plate and covered home plate in dirt like Close Encounters of the Third Kind with the mashed potatoes. He's like just covering the entire
I'd
plate.
forgotten all about that nut.
I mean, it was an all-time meltdown.
But for sheer just anger, George Brett going crazy. Like half a pouch of Red Man hanging out of his mouth. He's slobbering mad.
All right. Against my better judgment, we're going to go back to the phones and talk to Faison's Milkshake, who's up next. Faison's Milkshake, you're on the drive. Go ahead.
I've made it to the other half or the other side of McClure's digestive system.
That's horrifying.
To talk about famous ejections.
That's not.
I would have to say Tony Vitello's ejection when he chest bumped
There you go.
Ref.
Ross
That was
Kivett.
good. I know it wasn't MLB, but that was solid.
Yeah.
Yep. And also, I do have to say, I'm a fellow Dodgers fan. So I would say if anybody, in terms of the wager between you and Bob on this one, would have to say that the loser gets to take Bear on a road trip to see if he could get that off of the list of awesome things that Bear hates.
That's one of the things that shouldn't be on there, or at least specify what it is I hate. I wouldn't go on a road trip with Russell. Russell drives too damn fast.
He's an old woman, Faison's milkshake. He's like, slow down, Sonny. You're going a little too fast around the corners there.
Alive. I don't like. There's no reason to
listen,
go triple digits.
We don't have to get personal here. I've seen you drive lately. I haven't had a wreck in about 20 years.
Yeah,
I've seen you behind the wheel. It's not pretty. We got
talking
you got
that,
issues,
Russ,
brother.
on air, bud. Okay, we're not talking about.
I'm not. I'm just saying.
No details have been released.
I'm the guy.
You're not even there.
I'm the guy who hasn't had,
incidents.
An incident. Yeah. Knock on wood.
Yes, man.
Oh.
Whoa.
Not nice. Hurtful.
I would say, having just made it through to the other side, that who's moving faster, Russell's driving or McClure's digestive system, probably going to go with the latter.
I can drive pretty fast now. You talk about the Indy 500. I've got a little lead foot in me.
You feel like you owe Cody an apology, man.
An apology?
Yeah, an apology, Senator. I'm sorry.
For what?
You went all in on him. I think it hurt his feelings.
It's one of the funniest stories I've ever heard in my life.
I'm sorry.
I mean, it's objectively a very funny
You called him,
story.
according to Cody, you called him fat, stupid, and a thief.
I did not. I never said any of those words. Erroneous.
That's what he told me. He said he called
he told you. You were sitting right here. You heard it all.
He took it as you were calling him fat, stupid, and
the
thief thing is what's really
I have no control.
He said, he admits that he's a little overweight, but he said the stupid thing. I mean, he actually took shots at Joshy Boy. That's what really got him angry too.
What did Joshy Boy do?
Joshy directly called him stupid in their chat. So he tore into him. Yeah. He said you're a disappointment to your family.
I'm sorry if his feelings are hurt.
I'm trying to think.
I'm sorry he's offended.
You were.
You
had to be a disappointment coming from a family of doctors and just being a gas bag sports host.
You just quoting him?
Yeah.
You're just going through the whole transcript right now?
I thought he was a tough guy.
He is.
Sounds kind of soft.
Tougher than you.
I mean, I'm not the one here whining about something that he said on his show.
They did lead off their show with it.
I mean, I'm sorry that his delicate sensibilities have been
really
offended.
giving him that you're sorry that he got his feelings hurt.
Yeah.
I think the one way that Cody can redeem himself is by taking a new milkshake to Faison's
just to buy him a milkshake
and dropping it off.
I think
that's just give him another milkshake.
Do you think Faison's heard about this?
Oh, that'd be so funny.
There's a chance.
I hope so.
I think he might at one point hear about it.
Could Cody get in trouble with Uber Eats or whatever?
No, because he didn't order it.
No. Remember, it was a milkshake given for free from Five Guys
to
Faison branded.
In Cody's defense, it was very convoluted at the Five Guys about who the milkshake actually belonged to.
There's no convolution about it. I wasn't there, and I know what happened, okay? You are the worst defense lawyer of all time. It's just so the feeble arguments you come up with that are so easily punched holes through. It just boggles the mind. Freaking Alan Dershowitz over here.
Did disprove that then? You weren't there. You don't know what was said between the manager and Cody.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure the manager is just in the habit of giving Uber Eats drivers free milkshakes. Probably happens all the time.
That's just conjecture.
Any more brain busters, F. Lee Bailey?
Well, I mean, if you could come up with a decent argument, but you're just offering
Johnny
up
Cochran
conjecture,
over here.
making assumptions. That's all you're doing. And besmirching the name of a close friend of all of ours. Some would say the heart of this radio station, a guy that's done nothing but bring everybody in this town enjoyment and laughter the whole time he's been on air, and you do nothing but tear the guy down. It's an outrage. And I won't stand for it. Not on my watch, mister.
I know you won't stand. You'll fall out of that chair, buddy. Just stay seated. How about that? Thank you, Faison's Milkshake. We got to run. Stay with us. The shocking conclusion of the drive coming up next on many of these fan run affiliates. Back to wrap up the week right after this.
The Drive. Follow us on Twitter or X or whatever the they're calling it these days at Fox Sports Knox. Fox Sports Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Next week is a huge week for your Knoxville Smokies. Don't have your tickets yet? It's not too late. Join us Tuesday as we honor our incredible law enforcement. And Wednesday is all you can eat. The weekend is kicking off with one of our favorites, Margaritaville. Food and drink specials all night long with that island feel and post-game concert and fireworks. Saturday, it's not only a doubleheader, but it's Grateful Dead night and fireworks. We end the week with our day game of the week on Sunday. It's jam-packed, so get your tickets now at smokiesbaseball.com.
Tired of spending your weekends working in the yard? Let ECR Total Landscapes handle it for you. We'll take care of de-weeding your flower beds, leaf blowing, trimming, mulching, and more. Let us do the heavy lifting so your landscape looks great. Right now, get 10% off your first month of our monthly maintenance package when you mention promo code FANRUN. Reliable service, great results, and more free time for you. Call us today at 865-384-2012 or visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Week of the drive here on Fan Run Radio. Russell Smith, Baron Walker back with you and get set to go home and watch a little baseball tonight. Vols tried to hammer out. This will be the third series win in our last four, ending the season on a high note.
Want it bad. Good weekend of baseball. Good night of basketball. Graduations all over the place.
Yep. Yankees will place Max Fried on the 15-day injured list with a left elbow bone bruise.
Okay.
He'll be fine.
Just
He'll
15
be fine.
days.
That's
probably
not
the best
as bad as
case
it could be.
scenario.
What the hell is a bone bruise?
Bruise on your bone.
That's all it is?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you're the doctor.
It's true.
Got time to WebMD this, Russ? Hold on.
While Bear is doing that, just want to. I know Russ, your daughter's graduating
Yes,
this weekend,
sir.
right? My little brother is also graduating from UT tomorrow on Sunday.
Really?
Yeah, he's graduating from. He's the only child of my parents that went to UT and graduated. So shout out to him. He's graduating.
Only one with any sense, huh?
Yeah.
Quickly here, because this is probably a pretty serious thing here, Russ. It's not a
They're
bruise
just
on your bone.
steamrolling over Walker's heartfelt
I was trying to shout out my little brother.
My music's playing, buddy. I'm on the clock right now. A bone bruise is a painful injury,
Just
Russell,
awful.
involving
No
microscopic.
etiquette.
I will
Awful.
turn you off. Do not
Horrible.
interrupt the doctor. Involving microfractures and bleeding beneath the hard surface of the bone, caused by high impact trauma like falls or collisions.
I mean, who needs health insurance when you've got Dr. Bear?
Nope.
Tell you what it is. Google AI is your friend.
All right, y'all. Appreciate everybody tuning in to the show all week long. Been a good week of shows. Let's do it again next week. The Drive, 3 to 6 here on Fan Run Radio. Have a safe weekend. We'll do it again next week.